and as a WhatsApp ho na wo de fa ye benya bre ene adaje na yetimi akinkan e de amanya ho nko a dwumadie ya ekoso betimi asenya on Facebook. Search for Oyerepa radio on Facebook also nsa ebetimi akan sa so na on YouTube also Oyerepa radio ho nyina no o messages eba anopai ye benya adaje na yetimi akinkan mu e de amawo yesa mo bibia akwa babiem eda wase se odo afidie ato Oyerepa 100.7 abekan ho free sabre kopem se nondu ebebo a ye de agudie mu nsem ede ebebro sports lawyer baba isa atenase a enche odi ebekọ amanone enra World Cup eye second quarter final game etimi ekoso abra eye Spain omo ene Belgium edi esi agro ne mu ye den ekoya kodu 88 minutes ansana Mikel Merino eye Spain omo unsung hero we ene ebra etosumienu ewo knockout stage ma waba ababe sevu Spain minor emu sensem yede ebetudwa Lamine Yamal na enra FIFA technical committee no de otuado ka ho no omuyi no as best player of the match nti Lamine Yamal na enya best player of the match we ama semi final yenya the first semi final pairing of the FIFA World Cup 2026 we ebise final before the final Spain and France na edi esieni nipa bebre akasa edi afasa game ya enya maso kra no so amanfo astarte elmo ekasa edi efa ho ebisi France ene ye favor so mbe Spain after Spain eliminate omo ewo the 2024 European Championship no nipa dodo na agitumi se eduru bra ese France for so etu omo Spain for so amanfo si we team bi obetimi stop France eno so Spain but one thing is Spain for omonye convince wo tournament but they are getting results.
Yes boss on the Spain team no ne omo coach na omo wo no Luis de la Fuente no odi algo be surprise.
Okay,
and now ko game na mi whole lineup from say why Pedri out of the game oye coach bia ne materials no wo no when you use very difficult 50-50 obi at me qualify money
enti Spain and France the first semi final pairing etimi abaso ene quarter final no to so ene anwumre ebono nkuna England and Norway and the AC anyway the battle between Erling Haaland and the Hurricane and also basu den why and leading my at the omako the semi final of the 2026 FIFA World Cup na enano pay na me check nyoma bi say Japan forces so mo bon World Cup the obeji since say is it 2006 if I'm right no 2002 since 2002 unim say baba country bia since 2002 Japan we Japan film at the World Cup sa country no so ko the next stage na ye na country no be sa country no oko World Cup final
sir
yes
nti permutation
okay nti ma mention sin free 2002 Japan South Korea so Japan and South Korea the host year and Japan ekodu is it the round of 16 or quarter final me checking here Turkey in the year film
okay
and Turkey ko share Brazil na Brazil share Turkey Brazil ko final
okay
2006 Brazil energy Japan film obekai okay pa
yeah
okay omo Japan film no na France share Brazil France ko final
okay
yes am ko yenim ye do 2010
okay
eno susu no Paraguay energy Japan film
yeah
na Spain share Paraguay na Spain ko final ye ko 2014 okay 2014 susu no is it Brazil energy Japan film na Germany share Brazil na Germany ko final
okay
ye ko 2018 susu no Belgium energy Japan film na France share Belgium
na France ko final ko je
2022 Croatia energy Japan film na Argentina Croatia na Argentina ko final it's 2026 World Cup so no Brazil and they share Japan you omu film and na Norway eko share Brazil so baby America koro ho nti Japan so kakra mu World Cup nti so what is Norway a qualify and also England edo mafima na say Japan ho bon
was until no na Spain any Belgium fimu a World Cup knockout stage da amon show mo World Cup na
sentinel ma bon me dey no because all share Spain all share Belgium I said defeat history
yes nti records here ewo ho ya na ye adwuma
o de ye ntwen na enanwumre yemfa ye nyina ye ni enkyere asokore mampon eye semence eba center eye semence for so ye ewa asokore mampon ho na Oyerepa ye World Cup training na ebedru na 9 pm mu nyina mu share ho England and Croatia game no ye de eye screen kese e de babisi ho ayi e de ama asokore mampon eye krono ene mbono ahodo e wa asokore mampon nyina ene obia fa nani enche eye semence for so ye ho ene ye game no ama obia hwe 9 pm England ene eye Norway Haaland ene eye Hurricane ene di ACN afei ene ade kwache wochina nti ebe kan kwase da ahomache 1 am eso Lionel Messi Argentina ene Granit Xhaka Switzerland ene di ABCN nti ene enkwa nkopem eye ochina na ahomache be no miensa no 9 de na afei yehu the other semi-final pairing say eye Norway na qualify England na qualify Argentina na qualify Sweden na qualify ni nyina no ehu ensem wo ha meba so a baba me de eye record kakra bi be ma wo nti o de yehu adwuma ma me ko he 2014 na ko he time a eye Switzerland ene eye Argentina ishia wo the knockout stage no meba cho he time a eye Di Maria go ne ba ya no sa pass na Messi Di Maria oboto net no be se wo he minute eye sa go ne ba na medical assemble nti ko 2014 World Cup ewo eye Brazil miwie no na why sa exams no e de amame Erling Haaland akasa o say ojitu se pressure ewo England so more e chen eye Norway ewo ne game omo ebo Rooney say I like Neymar but I've never seen Neymar as a top player. Are you sure? When Rooney so pe Neymar sem nanso onwu Neymar say oye top player eno eyen sema Rooney ede atu edwa ho Jesus ono enene eye the Portuguese Football Federation omo yi no as eye head coach edema the Portuguese national team o Cristiano Ronaldo say oja national team bo so onya national team bo Ronaldo ka Portugal team no a enye problem enforma ono ho Jesus ene wa be coach ede ama eye Portugal national team no Nico Pass ono so na bebre na agitumi say Lionel Messi ede ne boba na wie ya obeje Argentina team no ede asini na so ahead of from game eba so nyame yadma ahomache eye kwesiada ahomache na ade kwachi kwesiada no wakasa ede afa game no say Lionel Messi o say eba football abakose mu sense of football start here no obia odine na aka football ni bi no obia no ho ni bobo echen Lionel Messi eno ensema eye Nico Pass abomoden ede atuja transfers ewo Europe eguso ekoso den clubs eguso mu Chelsea players say the asaba Julian Alvarez ene Barcelona sensem no eno ene se first Spain babia amanfo eka ho ensem Barcelona guso APP Atletico Madrid so bebi omo pono ede amomo na afi abrante adidi ede Julian Alvarez etimia kusia kan ede ama Barcelona team na afi Roy Keane o say Premier League no edu bebi anon tiase na adenti ena obi bechusu Manu Kone ahead of Carlos Baleba. Was Baleba a proven player in the Premier League and the Manchester United Ederson the transfer Ederson could free Atlanta and then any Manchester United no come here say one way a transfer into me Emma so ama Manchester United omudo money AS Roma the French international and the Manu Kone will be a World Cup ni bia na same wo Chouameni player no ono na ene Rabiot ejina mfimfio edema French national team no Manchester for her Manu Kone performance no masheda say Ederson ne medicals na oyɛ no wan pass ni nyina no ɛho ensem wɔ ha ayɛde ɛbɛtuja Italian Serie A no clubs ne guso ɔmo so chase players why ɛna ɛfa Vlahovic ɛno ɛna ensem ɛba ɛkyerɛ sɛ coach ani de Alonso ono ɛna nani ɛgye ɛyɛ Vlahovic ho Jerry Cardinali ɛyɛ president ana owner ɛde ma AC Milan ono no opanyina wate Rebel ku no ɛna ɛno ɔde ebufuo ka kyerɛ wiase nyinaa sɛ AC Milan beboku no obiara ni hɔ a wɔyi sika gye so no obiara ni hɔ a wɔ sanction spending ɛwɔ AC Milan gye so no nti amanfo nya ɔmo nsɛm ɔmo ka sɛ oni sika a ɔde yɛ AC Milan team no ɔsi sika deɛ ebi ɛta hɔ paa wei ɛne nsɛm bebree ɛne aboaboa no anɔpa yi ayɛde ɛbrɛ mu odwumadie so efra mo no ne yɛwie a yɛbɛbɛ fie na yɛba bɛdi nkɔmmɔ ɛwɔ fie Black Stars World Cup anko yɛ ho nsɛnsɛm daba yi ɛna bɛda ɛnɛ yi amanfo bebree na ɛkyerɛkyerɛ ɔmo adwene ɛfa ɛyɛ Black Stars ɛyɛ World Cup ɛho nsɛnsɛm ɛhe na Ghana football yɛde ani ɛkyerɛ nokore nie yɛbɔɔbɔ no ɛnhyɛ da nkoyi ɛnwoma nkoyi ɛnɛ ɛberɛ bɛma yɛbɛdidi nkɔmmɔ ne ahwɛ the way forward of Ghana football Carlos Queiroz ano na sɛ yɛse on resign ɔboa asɛm akan deɛ ɔma abaabae ɛbakyɛw ebia ɛnɛ yi ɛna nkɔmmɔ kɔ so a ɔsɛ ɛno a meka wɔ ha sɛ ɛfɛ ne di nkɔmmɔ sɛ nka ɔmpɛ sɛ ɔmfa no for 2 years na ɔbɛyɛ Black Stars coach nti ebia nkɔmmɔ no kɔ so no ɛna ɛsɛ ɔbɛtɛn ne hyɛm ɛna ɔtry sɛ ɔbɛtɛn ne ahyɛm but onsɛm a de bɛto dwa deɛ owura Carlos Queiroz ɔkyerɛ sɛ odwumadie a ɔne Ghana wɔ no aba na wieɛ ɔsɛ wanka ne saa na na mmom ɔsɛ ɔde ɛyɛ message ɛna ɛma Ghana for okay yate yɛbɛhwɛ Kumasi Asante Kotoko asoye susu no yɛbɛkɔ hɔ na ɛnɛ yɛdi nkɔmmɔ ɛwɔ Asante Kotoko asoye baba isa sɛ maka kyerɛ sɛ ɛfiri next week iko no ɛkɔ naa no ɛfiri next week iko no woyɛ Asante Kotoko chitani a na ɛsɛ wode w'ani ɛkyerɛ Asante Kotoko social media page wɔ sɛ bi a Twitter sɛ bi a Facebook ɛhɔ nyinaa na ɛsɛ wode w'ani ɛkyerɛ hɔ because one way a anadwo da suom obetia ne kwen na announcement aba betum
ba mi announcement ni bi ombe
o de be kan asem na
communications beba
David
nipa beda communications ano
David bibi ama
afi
bibi
ama coach
bibi ama
they will name a coach
bibi ana nam nya ho ne nam
o say
nya abotre
players ni bi so
nya abotre
madi nkomo
nya abotre
e say your player bi
nya abotre
kwadwo entwi
nya abotre
the United striker na
baba isa unya abotre yetufu atiwu yo
boss enra me nam ko hu Kotoko former striker Frank Mbella Etuga na what thank you to the Algerian club no man for linking to us
oma right
oma
David oma
the thank you na on the club no so ma wi
na de say nya first time na Etuga ofiri Kotoko akọ baby so ko Egypt
Egypt
no wanye thank you
they say thank you
no so bisa question
was that tare kokko
e nya abote say ye team na tare team no mo jesi no so na me che no
oba na
ho say da bi oma baby a nti munyai enya no nko a Black Maidens omuso na watwi mu omo no mafefo omo fi Senegal e di esiani wo FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup omo edi esiani ewo ho ni nyina no ho ensem wo ha anopai ibedi hu nkomo se Black Maidens say omo pay dem say akoye problem first leg omo ko ball 1-1 manfo hweye muntua mani sika momo na nya se betia Senegal 2 Ghana 1 na yanko World Cup ni bi
opposition leader ko chomo sika
nya opposition leader sika ko chomo omo mfo omo pay dem ma wo mo omo mfa momo ansana omabo omo ne Senegal game no because omo bo wi a omo breaki cam Ghana so de unya breaki cam say king usika je so otwe mpanyifo abo so ansana edu usika ma we any bebre any aboabo no ayede ebram na no pay ewo Oyerepa 100.7 sports lawyer edi ebewura mo no ne na afi ensem ewa mo no ne nyina no sports lawyer edi eguo edi amaye Yanko.
Na game no call extra time. Game no call
Argentina and Switzerland 2014. Okay.
118th minute. and Lionel Messi assist de Emma Angel Di Maria
okay
Emma Oshe
okra o time no o time ni different but o check it from FIFA 117 minutes
117
yes and no shey go no
okay
eyi Switzerland for free mo at the 2014 World Cup
okay
nti o de so far okra o de no yemfa o de 118 meboa
yeah
okay 118 ochina date ye say
ochina say na 8 mboa
and na say
and na 11th
and na say
and na Saturday na 11th
and na 11th
so ochina 12
okay
12 July 2026
okay to ko America time ebebo game ni de 11th July by ye wo Ghana ha na be 12 July nti ye ko America time a 11th July 11/7
okay 11/7
nti benya sa 117 na
okay
omudi shegu no
okay 11/7
ti possible class one way a game ni be ko extra time na bia go na sa ko Switzerland for no ha adwunu omo ha adwunu babaisa na wo gidi so be Colombia film
David one player my surprise pa with the modern boy Granit Xhaka the way he's playing
panyini wo fie ye eno no ya kwa mono ne na babaisa emfa nsem e wa mono ne enguo emfa mai owi a ye ne kanjin for ebedi enkomam festival ene oduru adwuma mu ha eja obi a o se wan hwe ya na traffic ache no na anopa no so traffic che
because of clean up exercise no
clean up na koso
ma hu say me fi bantama ba no ase amanfo m ye bi o mo shop
enti na ene so ka ho
esim running ne
okay ba na me wo problem bi baba ye see ye clinic room a they say bi edum ye clinic edum a na amanfo to mo shop no mo tifie na wa mo na be clinic mo mo
and the driver ni no dem ba no can say o say clean up exercise na so mo transit bi no mo review hwe ni ye
say clean up ni nya so fa so bia o
bi ni store den ka so bia bi ni store ni emfa so
o de wani mu kura no
no mo nya clean up o mani mo
wani mu kura no at least because if na ekoso wo shops na nim nyina no eye ma na mo ye etu o ma to stores ni mo ba tu be ba no 10 ne bebo ni fina o ba no passes ni egu na da so do eti clean up na ne de en
so mo review ni
eno me hu video bi a eye enkran MP Jerry ni din crowd say woman bi a so mo ko clean ni ho so mo ko ye de yo o say ayi to no say ama na mo ne anwa so won pinu se say eso is of man kra ka ho but enra de hu se nkan de na man for do mo agi on say no na ya ne ka about leadership so tere me chena say nipa da sani bi otia asasi su bia no opa hoto
yes
ena nipa da sani bi otia asasi su bia no epe freedom ba udi nipa pemana obeye de ope amna ko fa problem be bride e de apa uja nipa aba nipa kakra bi ne be hu se badidi awie be kuramura me de koto dasbi mu so tere me chana se obu wo ha obeto ato ngata mu ne fie ni mu obeto ato ka akwan mu enti de ma nipa ukọ other part of the world ukọ ababi a won say discipline ne adwuma no eyemra ene ya hye de ma nipa ototo abonten ye be final
yes
ye be juice ti wa ukọ hese wo to abonten e wa bra dustbin si ho to ne news ka fa to dustbin mu na honto de na abe
me de be to dustbin na mo
enti na da bi e kase ye mpanyifo no mu di oman so no emra your countries be brave asasi so a they don't even need leaders because of said your mom city emra ne da ho enye so mo ye discipline o emra na mo ma ye discipline
I enforce emra no
so tell me just see yi mra ne free wa said ye see ye no sa no mbe
tema mra ne nya adwuma
emra na ese emra na adwuma
kinzuba nso ne
zuba adwuma na o ye me bona ba so
eno na
bebo na baso
tie ni interview bi a no I hot pa
enim se eduru maybe a na ya na edin ebi obi investment so it is me chana say but udi kosi baabi a eno so emwa eno so the problem beba but ube wuru na obi ti office kitwa bi e wa ban dwumakuo bi mu na baabi a nipa ne kosi ono anim se anyo na wa gini bibi kakra bi no ode asase na ma no bo se dachi mi na ko fa problem dia ba nti mo a motetete offices aban nwuma efo osumo ka hu mi asase ne baabi e da kora anya na wa gi kakra na wa approve ama nipa no e be do time obi na akofa problem o unique kese na de abro man no to hwe nkran ade esie a menye sure se nkran asase da ho free and obi apa na akosi dance so obi na de mo obi man nipa ne si dance so nti se modi asase ne so ma wo ma mo hwe se baabi a modi asase ne mo no eye baabi a daache enkofa asemo ma
is simple for us to say baabi dan bi si a ebe ma flood na baabi a mumu
emu nsem ebeba de bibiri enti kakra aye de be ka ho no yedi agudie mu nsem nkomo de but o my Ghana so hu hia Ghana ni ho a agudie mu nsem no emma sports lawyer yankwa amono ne na afi ensem wa amono ne faguo emaye
anopay yada the boss players live on Oyerepa 100.7 FM Oyerepa efinyame entimra sanso ye konko funkro so ensemwa edi adenchechena ebumfumpa disefata sa otie na uhwenom yedene nyina eto anim ewo dwumade no so ensemnom ye live ewo Oyerepa radio on Facebook and answer Oyerepa TV Ghana Oyerepa radio on Facebook and answer Oyerepa TV Ghana akwanya foforo ho sa obesan chewa dwen ewo dwumade no so in a form of WhatsApp message 0241 91 5555 0241 91 5555 na pay odo WhatsApp message sinda aba boss player abekinkan at the amount said yes say ewo dwumade no so anopɛ yɛ sɛsɛm ɛde afi World Cup update no na Thierry Henry ɛna Zlatan Ibrahimovic Ibrakadabra ɛde atodwa sɛ 2026 FIFA World Cup no so far deɛ na ɔma expect no ɔma hu talent odo womo abono nyame dia chom no womo danadi ewo World Cup no na uko Zlatan so ya osi so far the best player ewo World Cup no ene adia na kodano eyerom eye super at the amana that is orana osi akan ema the French national team Michael Olise osi yes Lionel Messi eyene dia afi Kylian Mbappe Lotin eyene dia nemom ope abrante baako a was surprise obi a with emotimba oba eye Michael Olise enom eye Zlatan Ibrahimovic Ibrakadabra oko Anthony Taylor and Michael Oliver womu mienu asuya FIFA sa nyankopon bo a officiating officials no Argentina matches what 2026 FIFA World Cup nyasa two referees ya womu fi England di womu ntimi any Argentina game ningina monom geopolitical neutrality policies FIFA enti ena amodi sadewe etimi atudwam Ellen Haaland nyankopon bo a obebom edia England eno no 9 p.m. World Cup na ukomwa odi atudwam se England form ena pressure ewo mo so ohwe Norway about the 2026 FIFA World Cup na gidie krani ho se baby a amatimi adui wombetimi adu enti se ohwe amanu mienu a the pressure one so to deliver the three lions of England or say good players ohwe Jude Bellingham ohwe Harry Kane nom ohwe Ezri Konsanom ejuma Elliot and
Anderson our 2026 FIFA World Cup and super. Don't forget, sir, a certain Martin Odegaard, Sanda Bet, and a Patrick Bet, a jam Finfiwa, or believe some I'm a fight with England, and then I know a Hurricane, Ninsama, or the air to jam, and then I pay young when Rooney, Nasuya, Caneno, now a striker, Emma Manchester United boy, at about the 3 lines of England, or say, open player Bakua, or Penansempa, a Nema dos Santos Junior, or Penema Sam, Nemum, on who Nema Sam, or a top player, and we are well Rooney, only well Rooney, a ya day, Sir Nema dos Santos Junior, and your top player, and play on Oyerepa radio, and I said Oyerepa TV Ghana, now also do a drink, Etimi Eguo, Yabaki Kenina, I'm on Sadia, sir, and Sadia, a fata, and I pay Anthony Gordon, the 3 lines of England camp, now ahead of Norway gamer, and the Ghana time 9 p.m. And I see Thomas Tuchel, about Nasuya, and Yama P, and I ordain a set plus in the team winning mentality. I was saying you focus in a World Cup trophy, so or same against Norway, and then woman dear, himself a very difficult game. Number I was saying could him deal ultimate about training in Bibia, Amayana HSA, the 3 lines of England, and then and could him deal about Timmy Abba. Now, Oko Thomas Tuchel, Suya, or say on fan conquest, Bia, a Smasia Nassau Bente, and a Etime Epra, when you're training D, maybe excuse or say, oh, Bia, Etime Gemum, Abomania ye, Copimano Betimabo, say Ebia, Declan Rice in Ua, or Betime Gemaya, Jumanum, Nambum, or county on the medical doctors, sir, on the man green light, Sebia, Rest James Betime Gemasia Kain, on the catch and Declan Rice, and your fit, and also Ebetime Esia Kain, and your Thomas Tuchel, Ninsama, or the L2 Jam, and then an operation Dyke, or the L2 Jam, sir, about Thomas Tuchel, Abaso, or say, Sir Uche opening after some, or yet Nicola, yeah, not criticism, or do a call, Thomas Tuchel, so now, so pa, number so far, the likes of Jude Bellingham, the likes of Elliot Anderson, Hurricane, a deliver, their Akaka, and it's a difference, no, Obeni ye, or say against Norway, Osha Norway team now, I'm a bit up, Puniane, slow kakra, I'm a pre-bonnet, until some the likes of Declan Rice, Elliot Anderson, Jude Bellingham, woman bona. Quick pass in the Bay Juman, or some Sajana, and then England betting could him, Norway, so I sit Norway, the likes of Patrick Bet, Sanda Bet, and Martin Odegaard. I'm going to tell Bono, this is Martin Odegaard, but Jibonum, I won't think you or Piania Dadia, and Tiana bid up on a chem, and then Sma Ukom, or Ruanasuya, or the Tuja and play na Ukom, Simon Jordan, Suya, or in some P, and Atujam, Mekaunsem. At the Achel and play Crystal Palace owner in 2000. Odimsa Otto Crystal Palace FC. Now I am sending so. Are there 2 jam, sir? Or not there? Only say, oh, Probia say, Wama impact pa a fee. The 3 lines of England. So, Obakasa Thomas Tuchel no impact there. Why be? The 3 lines of England. Don't forget, Sam, or your coach be the mentality about winning trophies. So, na meba na my voice nina at the amount and play maminko Alan Sarah na suye Alan Sarah and album Hurricane abaso or say Hurricane no or yeah, the most important player Emma the 3 lines of England say oko England na upobia yes we there or yeah important ni hu hia pa at the Emma o minor Hurricane and all believe them and then about deliver Emma the 3 lines of England right keen at the Atujasa or England team number so never warning and a day Emma England for the same Emma Omutilimu no day try no way for your bonnet game we no say no way at me alusua mansanya news bia nemo your boy no say no way at me atin kudim the 3 lines of England so a news kasia the favorite team the 3 lines of England tenam I was am fight I will put some so amania bre the 2026 FIFA World Cup no omitime jam emano ye okọ Steve Bruce asuya na me fan to jam sir oye English former footballer and football manager on himself or a successful power with Manchester United as a player. Now a commanding centre back Steve Bruce. Now a commanding centre back. Now you fun to just Manchester United and the Sir Alex Ferguson are winning Premier League titles. Me and some FA Cup or winning me and some League Cup or winning back home European Cup Winners' Cup or back home and I'm to just a captain Manchester United to the league and an FA Cup double in 1993-1994. I say and then young Kamo Bia ente say England ye say obetimi adin kudim and a football or the Emma Thomas Tuchel no say Koban say Declan Rice entimi siakaya manon konko to chachabia ewo Medford ho Kobe Manu ho wayeda enti amfa Kobe Manum and start absence of Declan Rice Kobe Manum ebetim aya jumano at the the 3 Lions of England. Ellen Haaland adia tuja se enra training na womo ye yenom ewo Norway amu training grounds ache se amu ye world determined se enkunim de ebebam and said ye tie bia e was amu fight na fe and then womo team winning against the 3 Lions of England ase amu de womo believe ewo mumu se enkunim denom ebetimi aba eno aye Ellen Haaland rinsema odi tuja na Ellen Haaland and Ezri Konsam and central form and no Edin Kabam and I'm say Maza on Ellen Haaland and a Quackabo Quack Bay and Abefaso and stop Ellen Haaland Yentie Ezri Konsam on Ellen Haaland keep Ellen Haaland quiet Ezri Konsam on the challenge England face versus Norway or Chechemum say a difficult watch so a proven striker and Udiagra Masa or Obama dear fair at me ayo time to keep Haaland quiet and no church Musara we ready as it concern.
Word sums up that night in Mexico.
Emotional. Yeah, I thought it was a game filled with a lot of emotions. You know, going 2-0 up, 2-1, and then having Giroud sent off. A lot of emotions going through the squad, the boys. You know, me myself personally having to go from centre back to right wing back. And obviously, look, I don't want to use that word. I've heard it so many times, but attitude. It wasn't the easiest of games, but you know, I thought we showed a lot of fight, a lot of togetherness, a lot of brotherhood that we've been speaking about a lot recently. And yeah, I was just super proud of what we tournament football. The biggest thing you need is mentality, because you know sometimes you're playing every 3 days, you know, and sometimes you're playing a team that aren't top 10 ranked in the world, and yeah, and every game in tournament football is very difficult. So no matter who you play, mentally you have to always be strong, always got to stay focused throughout the game, and I think we've experienced that quite a bit this tournament already. For example, Panama caused us a few problems, a team that we weren't familiar with, but yeah, like I said, I think every game we've played so far has been really tough, and going back to the Mexico game, mentality played a big part into it. A goal scorer, you know, give them half.
Been friends for a long time.
And since they've gone their own separate ways, they've managed to continue that, winning trophies year on.
And no, Ezri Konsa, Ninsama, Odia Tuja, and then I pay ahead of the game mentality. I was set a walk through, said yeah, able to me a ding could him, and what is Steve Bruiser, not make an asthma show, set wines and training a bomb at the Ama other clubs near Jadonum, or preview England, quarter-final clash with that of Norway. Only Ora Thomas Tuchel, why and a betting a deliver, and then Ningham or Churcham or Kasai, and for Thomas Tuchel, ho, Yentia and some Steve Bruce at the Etuja.
I think we all are, aren't we? We're all confident, and we're a little bit wary of course, Haaland. You know, we've seen him now for years, and we understand how good he is. And also, the kid from Arsenal has just got himself in good nick. The captain as we know, Odegaard is a very, very good player too. So look, they're good at the top end of the pitch, but I honestly believe that we'll probably have too much for them. Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. Look, physically, they're very, very strong, and they're always meticulously well organised. And it has been a bit of a struggle against that sort of side. But hey, listen, we couldn't wish for a better one to get into a semi-final, could we? We've got an outstanding chance. I think the performance the other night there has given everybody a bit of a lift, and let's hope they can stay at them levels, because if they do stay at them levels, then they are a difficult team to play against England and try and beat, that's for sure.
We just get the feeling that this could go deep. It could be extra time. It could well be penalties. It might be the first time we see penalties in the tournament.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised. It would have to be England if it did that. I hope it doesn't do that to us, because that's a cruel way to do anything, isn't it? But look, I honestly believe we'll have too much for them. We know we have to defend well and certainly look after Haaland.
ɛno ɛyɛ smasi bruce ɛde to dwa ɔsɛ one ɛwɔ sɛ England ɛdefend yie na afei Erling Haaland ɔmotumi ɛhwɛ ne yie ɛsiane sɛ ɔyɛ deadly striker si bruce deɛ ɛnonom England fans a wɔn Miami ahead of the World Cup quarterfinals against Norway ɔmo nso ɛde nsɛm sɛ ɛto dwa ɛne nneɛma a wɔn ɛyɛ ahead of the big game 9 p.m. ɛnɛ.
I reckon if we strong at the back, I think we've got a great chance of winning. I don't think it's easy, but I think we play down the wings, we play strong. Kane, Bellingham's in top form. I think we've got every chance of winning. Yeah, I did. I think we've got a really good team. I think one or two positions, everyone, we look like a great team. Everyone's playing together. And I think on the back of what Southgate did, I think I had Tuchel's technical ability. I think you can really see the difference. So I think you add the two together in the team. Yeah, I think I am. Yeah, I'm not surprised we're here. Yeah, interesting. I'm just hoping Reece James is back. I mean, Reece James should be playing there anyway. If he's not fit, then I think we've got some questions about the original squad selection. But that's just bad luck. But I mean, what would you do? Put Rice there, maybe Saka there? I don't know. But one of the two. I think Balogun should have been banned. End of. You've got the rules. You should stick to the rules. Forget what America might want to do. It didn't do him any good anyway, did it? So I think you leave it as it is. I think you leave it. I just think you leave it. It did America no harm. It will do us no harm. I think you just leave it. I think leave it as it is.
Say you were at Mexico.
Now England and Norway game now come on and on a pay yeah dear don't forget say and Nyankopon boa 7 p.m. pepe na yatransi ewo asokoi mampon Siemens Herbal Clinic or omanim hwa and ya de live commentary nom ebe fi ede abrewo na Rafa Benitez akasa afa England gamer amani Norway ebe home I say England a favorite and them they have to work hard.
It's about pressing high intensity, because when the keepers play from the back short, the other teams they go to press, and that is good for England, because England they are quite aggressive, they are pressing well, they have pace, and they are on top of the other players. You could see when they regain and Gordon, and then quickly they can score. The risk is that if you have Haaland in the other side, and then you are pressing high and you cannot regain the ball in the first two passes, maybe they will have a lot of space to run in behind. So it's a risk, but still I think that England is his favourite.
England a favorite name sa spaces no I will say closely the spaces so that a Santa bet Patrick bet and after Oko Martin Odegaard swear I'm going to be on pretty from that spaces Hurricane I confirm it Enra Donald Trump added to just about 18 months ago on a Hurricane ebo golf no wa confirm say and I invited them our Palm Beach and on them ebo golf no na a super at the Emma on Hurricane Yanti Hurricane Chichimuno.
Mike McGrath here from the Daily Telegraph. President Trump spoke very confidently. He said play and any mulligans on the day.
I played all right, to be honest. We played about 18 months ago. He invited me to play when I was down in Palm Beach. So when the president invites you somewhere, it was a pretty surreal experience just to meet him and obviously play golf with him. His golf's pretty good, to be honest with you. I hope I can play golf as good as him when I'm his age, that's for sure. So unique experience.
And I hurricane the confirmation of the MIA ya confirming na. Amount and I don't pay live on Oyerepa 100.7 FM, live on Oyerepa TV, Oyerepa if in Yamen show no I live social so Oyerepa radio, Oyerepa TV Ghana. Now ye twasum at the 2026 FIFA World Cup num on said 2026 FIFA World Cup num and most attended tournament in the history with more than 6.25 million fans already and attended the World Cup so far. On himself, 1994 World Cup record number average attendance num we cry at me at Janua. You don't some to him I will do my in 1994 World Cup now 24 teams 52 matches while 2026 edition I have first to include 48 teams competing across 104 games in United States, Mexico, and Canada. So, because way a most expensive World Cup ever. Ultimate Jetum, Jorge Jesus, Cesaria Anom, and I trene Emma Portugal national team no na Jorge Jesus after Senra. I'm going to add to jam Cesaria Ano and I manager. I'm the Portuguese national team. Busano said the issues with Cristiano Ronaldo said manager Biaba on Trima Cristiano Ronaldo enter bench and I say Cristiano Ronaldo will never be a problem for the national team nor for me and I am someone Jorge Jesus at the tuja onye how bia and for Emma team nom and I me as a person maza and near Cristiano Ronaldo I am at the I'm a Portugal minum in terms of football or nim player be our Portugal mamwa what me I said into such a player and you can say a dubia ya near nim etimi form or believe some our a lot to offer the national team and football as a whole our Portugal mamwa McClattenbeck at the atuja set Ukrainian ano de only say officiating ekoso our 2026 FIFA World Cup no officiating officials the center referees and afre woma omo ebona lines nina abomo den so far yenya incident bia esie e World Cup no yakasa referee de o shedam say obesisi obi amobi etma qualify eno McClattenbeck anisaba ati etudwam enne anopay obekaya enro our today's post so me confirm here Emma say Egypt minum ebedu omukrom Cairo enra thousands of fans were coming the team nanya some kitokra and now Egypt touch it down best ever performance our FIFA World Cup for Egypt by 2026 FIFA World Cup before 2026 FIFA World Cup na Egypt Enco World Cup winning a single game sa club of players way led by the Egyptian king Mohammed Salah Ghali and Amarantenum ultimate a breaking some bad record num enti amaba so ningina man say Argentina and etimi yomom enti efi Mosala only did team da France no say sa amaba ya ombe welcome team num and onu Mosala e dia tudwa sahwe sa mi bedu ha na mi hunu sam mum France num e bia ni ya serious ni je ho ningina man say he ya de e de achen World Cup bia Egypt etima konemum enya dena ye panie na ye pese kofa dan de ye du yenom eno ay Mosala nsema ade etudwam enne anopay latest and update on Kylian Mbappe Lotin obekaya the last game Emma the French national team or free game num a pikin knock Issa Diop Morocco center back na ya won of France kromo na oye na dwese ano de ya France maybe bia edema France na so or switch ye eba ya juma Emma Ema the Morocco national team, the Atlas Lions, Ekoko Tia, Kylian Mbappe, and according to the French national team medical doctors, say anopay Yanchem, Emma Yanatia form, and Yanacha form TV, say oh Kylian Mbappe, okay, Nyanko Pobwa on the 14th day of July 2026, Nyanko Pobwa 9 p.m. game on Bebom. Now, about me a Jamo abo at the Etia Spain, and no good news for the French national team. You don't some to him and anopay na uko Vinicius Junior Suya. I walk me Instagram no. Or the assembly aquacoto. I see almost 4 years later, and once again thinking about what to write about frustration in the World Cup. I saw so many people of all ages supporting me, embracing our team. That would have been unfair to remain silent, but I need a few days to reflect. I know I am somewhere. Oko Vinicius Junior Suya, until to just say, on Sunday probably about Brazil national team. Number say yes. Now I say I'm born, but we say I'm deserve it. Now, Ukrainian, I am frustrated. Say I'm free in such manner. Now I'm a person. I'm a far. I feel Nanya Amani Suatino, and it's a umbe to babia. I'm a team do nothing. I'm a few World Cup. Chaupa and Odima Obia, a supported Brazil national team. Now I'm disappointed woman, and then some Vinicius Junior at the Etuja and I'm pay Nico Pass. Among forces that Tibia, Lionel Messi, really football career now. And Argentina, they will be taking the mantle from Lionel Messi. And yet Nico Pass, and I'll say, Sir Obi, SCD, Lionel Messi. And yet impossible, it sounds football shots here. And we are saying, you need player, be a or to some Lionel Messi and then some Nico Pass and there to only Nico Pass. I agree. Say you share football. Say you need player beer. What about we see to say Lionel Messi now and pay on Oyerepa radio on Facebook and I say Oyerepa TV Ghana on Facebook. WhatsApp no so 0241915555. No watch your again. Our honum nowhere fun be akasam. Only say vacant rono. And I say, or Cassa Massanyan Sabianim, some celebrations now, I'm going on your big da, and Yantias, I know where fun now. Walid, or do 2 just sad celebrations from Sabian Sabianim.
I just find it really stupid. That's the thing I thought when they came up with it, that it was stupid and annoying and I didn't want to do it. Copies a lot of what Iceland were doing and it's factually wrong. They didn't row, they sailed over the Atlantic. Changing a motion isn't enough to get it away from just being a copy of exactly what they did. All they wanted was the same reaction from people and then they just changed the motion. That's the same thing. The Vikings sailed across the Atlantic. They didn't row. A song that they released together with rowing. They said they were going to row across the Atlantic, and that's why I've been so annoyed about it.
Right.
The Vikings rowed up rivers and things like that, but across the Atlantic they sailed. I wanted to show that I didn't appreciate it, and I think I got the message across. I will be supporting them comfortably from my chair at home.
Now, Yanko Francesco Atebi, now say oye Inter Milan center back. Now, or in Zambia to Ghana pay, I was say ubi asumi ye now tie nsem. Now, I say in Zambia chire na adwen, and so much on Francesco Atebi adwen nyina ne say. They say Obia pay Julian Alvarez for 200 million euros. But in the World Cup, they are why Omo Hui won't be special about Julian Alvarez. Obia Peno Adea Obi cross over 200 million euros for Julian Alvarez. I say in the World Cup, Lautaro Martinez born our bonum, Etchasa Amusu sa players no, and they deserve a Sesikarom, and they are Francesco Atebi, Nesma Aritu Jam, and they are pay Thibaut Courtois, a goalkeeper Emma Belgium, national team Enra, and Yaman Fa, Mikel Merino. Oh, so long no keeper Lamens, I'll be him say, oh, and baby Courtois and Enra Foul, Massa, na a Poku Basia pie shot for the Chile, Obianim say, oh, Aqua is so bonum, Emra. Thibaut Courtois, akɔtena bench na ɔte ne suo asɛ na ɔnim sɛ saa short no bɛba na ɔte ne suo sɛ wowɔ firi pole no mu na Poku basi shot panyai na keeper ya pudi ato ho mikema you know say panyai mini eno dinya gorom eno na ukoma Tibot Courtois say yes ade na to Lamens enra no obesua ne mapi eti afimo ya koda oye good goalkeeper na mum ade na enra eto Lamens nom abema na top goalkeeper eno ayensemo Tibot Courtois eti etudwa ase ne ra huye se Belgium entime unqualify ankon ani me sense na opeso sia Kylian Mbappe out the semi-final before the game on Mbappe dim come on e catch Mbappe se minu be sia and not prevent him from scoring entinan kopesem o sia ni teammate club level na fe on the bomb emra onu sia kan e de ama Belgium national team na fe Mbappe and so able at the ama the boost of the French and ayan some Thibaut Courtois at the two Ghana player didn't na at two anima ewo juma so Luis de la Fuente bought the man with a fighting spirit was it they never gave up a sense emra na game no I tough you could see the likes of Pedri nom the likes of Rodrigo Cascante nom say amu pushi or boy sitting in so I said the best player nra say Lamine Yamal and a J best player nemom nom now senka Poku basi and enye sense Poku basi nra now a super in the game and I am some Luis de la Fuente at the against the France national team nom and due to just a game a bit difficult on person about can want some say he said also boys no relax kakra now for almost prepare for the French national team to back can say a bit difficult game and obia etim kunim emmanuel Luis de la Fuente dia odia to jam and on play ya depi ama 110 times yanko England na fe yanim komo ewo England and play and some fufro medical be catch Sir Bruno Guimaraes no wakache Newcastle United St James's Park Forum Sir opesa oya juma Emma Arsenal na enkomodienum demete Sir Newcastle United insiste Sir Price Arsenal for the banum eye ketekete mampole womentime nyesa sikanom Emma Bruno Guimaraes enkoya juma Emma Arsenal personal terms with the player eye agreed adia asi kwan sika Newcastle United edimante every Arsenal now still with transfer stories our England Manchester United identify solo minim yasemo pe Christensen Somerville I say Michael Carrick I am fan of the boy hey obe catch me say solo say Christensen Somerville I a super winger now what catch me say Vinicius Junior in Bobo and a person can be both team. Christensen Somerville and the teacher Manchester United manager Michael Carrick Sam I was at the bam not for Juma Emma United Roy Keane or say Manu Kone over Carlos Baleba. Wouldn't say I revelation and now me confirm my war say Manchester United. One per Manu Kone, Sir Amram, Emerjan Finfio, Emfa Emwam, and Mama Roy King said that be Sir about Premier League experiencer and come to Carlos Baleba of Brighton, the American Express Community Stadium, Manteno, Dynamo, Sir and Comram, Emma Juma, Emma Manchester United, or proving what Sir or a good player, and I am some if it Roy King and Suyabanti, Roy King voice, no Roy King on choosing Manu Kone over Carlos Baleba. And why Premier League Carlos Baleba and proving our officer on our say Enka Obeya Juma Emma United.
I used to follow it with loads of people at United.
Did you?
I did, believe it or not.
Really? Did you?
You know, you have to remind people of, and I'm including Harry Maguire, you're here to win, Dave, right? You're here to win. End of story. This idea everyone's best pals with each other, there's energy. No wonder Harry spoke well about him, because he thought if I speak well of him, I'll get back in the team. That's what seems to happen there. But we see how Harry does now when the game starts.
And it's depending Vinicius. LT and play and no iron summer Roy Keane Suya or the Etuka Gwen Rooney what bought Mike Merino Abaso or say I don't make a difference Emma Spain or Spanish national team no Jabi amunya convincing emfa Emma no okay game na one ebona Pedri nom any sa top form nom World Cup premo Fabian Reeves nom any sa form no asomu team nom lack bi and a day omo echo when Rooney.
We said there's the match winner when he was on the bench. Yeah. So you just felt Spain started getting balls through the lines, didn't he? And you just felt he's going to have an impact.
All right, you want to put on the back, do you?
To have their mindset and to go after the game, to train hard, and then being left on the bench and then wait until he was the last sub to come on. So that's high credit for him, because that mentality is not easy to have.
If you're left on the bench and you're not aware, you're having that conversation with the manager. You can be a bit down and a bit destructive and whatever, but if you know that you're going to come on and the manager rates you highly and potentially you come on to get your team to the next round of the World Cup, then I think that's a little bit different.
But just tactically, it's understanding the game. Moreno, one of his best attributes is running into space. The second half, the game always becomes stretched.
I know, and Sama, Oko, when Rooney Australia, or the Atu Gaston England, your team come on. Na, around some kakra, Manchester United fans, no Muntier, club, one player, Homadi Terence, one member, other clubs also compete with them. Some of them can answer me. Other clubs, Jenche, Amusubo Pronumuntis, or financial Moses, no, South player on Sabacano, Michael Edwards, Nifon Tuja, Sir Obefi Liverpool, a CEO of football. Na, the main teacher, Fairway Sports Group, no, a global sports marketing, media, entertainment, and real estate company. Waka at the Achom Ofi Club Room, Diametem, Efi Chelsea, and say Danilo Santos, Usiakai, Emma Botafogo, make for them. Ya say Oko Alonso, Asuya, Tapi Alonso, Epen Omram, Nomea Jumam, Emfa Ematim, England, men's players, no, Diamete, HM, Ama avoided drinking of alcohol. Match day, and I'm a catcher, England players, no, Omamu Quine, and Mamu Coffee, send a match there, enjoy with their family. Diamete, HM say, I'm a catcher, we say match day, will be an Monsa, our campo, and they are Diatem, and then I play Ibrahim Mbaye, a player, I'm a Paris Saint-Germain, made report to be some English clubs, Nibi Diache, Sir Ibrahim Mbaye, Mram, Amaya Jumam, and for Emma Timnum, Yadahun Sam Air2, and I play Manchester City, try initiative B, sir, 2026-2027 Premier League match day ticket, no, there are 10 pounds, no. Our daughter, I'm living in local area of Manchester United. No, I'm free ticket. Nothing. I'm matches. And your reporter, Eka Manchester City. And many open say Jack Gillis. No, I'm permanent. Nothing. We're fitting them. Tapi Alonso Etrenier with Chelsea. Now, or there are two Justin and Yate with club of players. On Mbeya Jumam, our Chelsea Bobo Korum, and your Diate, and no player Dinina. Two of them, Alexander Isaacs. Young training for 2026-2027 season. A lot. And Obayan, I'm a Liverpool Bobo Corona. Said, yeah, as a Tottenham Spurs for them. Said your Messia soldier transfer na no day. Jamete HMS to the bro. Now for Morgan Gibbs White. Tottenham Spurs and Morgan Gibbs White area. Now for Morgan Gibbs White. Akoya Juma at the Amoma I was spend kakra Jose Mourinho. Ashton Juma say as manager, Emma Real Madrid second spell at the club, 63-year-old. Only say assign Infiamian son and Emma Los Broncos for earlier this summer. Now, me fun to just say, words are not enough because this feels like a mission. I say, on to me can be beyond a mission. Mission, no, I also accomplish the mission. Inti images outdoor and repeat by the Basbaye and you don't some Emma Oko Antonio Pintus Asuya about to also as a physical trainer at the Ama Club of Barcelona. I don't know, sorry. I see Barcelona. I secure 210 million euros. I alone to cover club's day-to-day operations in the coming months. Mingina Munisa, club no officials now expect a breach financial fair play rule once again. A bit messy. Mingina and say just Spotify company now. I'm here renovation on Sika come no soro. Enti aman kwan koje busiano club room. The bed class of menya sika around the club room. Enti anom deyati na Barca expert sam or ombe CD La Liga financial control limits no. Adia omotwe se ombetimi ICD na fe ometimanya okwan a register players nti se and want to mamu a last year do baby am afi onto no PS no and keke bi ma wo mu a ometimi register am players one hwe na agena sense game ni nyina mu ayo reporter efi Barca so ye etoja enano pay Milan manager Ruben Amorim or say Ukraine naniaje adwuma na abefa the likes of Christian Pulisic talented players he was counting on them. Trevor Chalobah said opeso si akan at the Emma Inter Milan. Finally, Milan owner Jerry Cardinal why insist say club no or come obiate say do dia dance obi nkofa sika mara wan ya busa no ayo no a ana kofa sika etimi eba and wasisu bia say Milan eba big BM Milan nima be koye ede ama womum anu yensema oruanom efina soye etodwa enne anope Juventus say kenan here this day onko bebia obetena enti anope live on Oyerepa 100.7 FM live on Oyerepa TV anope our weekend edition of today's sports also and confirm close to some chefa ewom no yedring na AC na fe yabafie na boss player and in the team na atnase apapa World Cup num and afi other interesting stories num at the amount before that you didn't come on with Kangen and Magic drinking water about you no ya no numbi onumbia Dr. Otowobak they are too aka say evidence ho say body alkaline wom no nya dia say ya dia chiche basa nya dey say cancer cravity ma wura honam bianum na kamia say malaria ne yade nkitenkete nya duro de ne alkaline na e won suorum no emeki the magic enti Kangen and Magic drinking water ya numbi stibo wa ha enti in the next 10 minutes before the boss player ebano yane Kangen and Magic drinking water penny for 18 komo stibo good morning
Minia good morning
sir bibia seye
nyame adom
bibia dana ko anopay de yebetiw why I was say you choose Kangen and Magic drinking water
right jenti I was say choose Kangen and Magic drinking water no enyama no edoso na nsuo doso but enye ni nyina nso ene yepe enti nsuo nyina yepe na Kangen and Magic drinking water no eye international brand eye international water na the enti ameka say choose Kangen ne just because say international but because say eye nsuo a eye nsu papa and yes, a super keke, a purely alkaline water acid via enim. Now, send a Dr. Heinrich Otto Walbeck, a German national, now no or winning Nobel Prize back in 1931 for discovering a cancer. Any quite first one, yes, cancer, which is cocramno, and order to jai case, nipediano acid, a dosuma, Emma nipediano, a yari, babet, nipediano, Emma, a honey pediano, no pain, the air can was some a quite over faswa, a bema Kangen and Magic drinking water, no, 80 a acid, a filipedianum, na Eddie Kaino, yabeshe, yakacho, se Kangen water, no, and no a year in Suya. A purely alkaline water, and they say you can ensure alkaline water. Let's say a pH of 7.5 and that's 7.1 economy. Na Kangen water no pH no a 7.5 to 8.5. And no pay good so I can say delivery cars no ever go round. No more place you order no every Monday no air body be payment no or more deliveries maybe Eddie can call and or more dear ban running ya wadano no do so ever call into one so dear bit ma no pay me kasi ya no for numbers no I was screen. So na wafre Kangen and Magic drinking water no na wa place order no na omodi nsuo no e dia bro se wo pesa wo gibi na wo ton anasa wo to na wo dia ya program ana event bi ana for the family to drink for the month no me pacho offer phone na numbers no e no screen so no se wo hwe wo social media na TV so a numbers no e no utie wo radio so a numbers no me pacho betima free 0241 449191 0241 44 91 91 and I said 0507 37 94 74 0507 37 94 74 ofre numbers yemu bia me pa cho nsa be kan yen e wo kanchen energetic drinking water na won sa anase e wo kanchen energetic water limited na won sa ka wo kanchen energetic drinking water no na yes kanchen alkaline water acid bi anim kwan be na be fa so e be yi acid efru ni peduam me pa cho yes se kwatre kwaso be ma untoma aya tie ni din enti se nsuo bi betimi aboa na yi acid efru ni peduam a e wo se nsuo no ni kwan se acid ewum san se acid wo mu a enti me moa enyi acid edoso eboroso efru ni peduam eno nti se wo hwe kangen water o test a unya color blue anase color purple uyusu kangen water machine no na we produce kangen water na we test ni pH na unya color blue any color purple na say ye normally ready a you be project ama wahu kangen water machine na produce nsuo no na ye saw directly from the machine akwa testing na so hwa eno ni first video da so yi na the nsuo no ye K8 machine no kangen water machine no wa produce nsuo no machine no tubes mienu enti nsuo no produce no hwa machine na se a on say tube ba ko na mase enap kese no so na nam soro no de nam soro no any kangen water no eno no o test a unya color na blue nto se nipa no o test ye with the crown no pH tester or the so nsuo no ma on se color na change to blue e cho se kangen water na purely alkaline water now genewani din na hwe machine esio no wohwe ase ho na on tube ketwa bi na pipe ketwa na wo machine ase no on se nsuo no ebi nam soro kese de num ene bi nso nam ase de num ase de num de nam ho no acid no enti nsuo bia acid ewom ene enti technology akangen water na di produce no se wo produce na epia ba ade a titanium coated platinum plate na wo kangen water machine mu no splitting nsuo no eyi acid no for one side eno ni pipe na wase ho no enti there's no way kangen water no acid be den acid ebetimi abem sene etie eno nti purely alkaline water nti obi onom kangen water no nyama bebre de ma onipadua no na quickly ye betimi ahwe 1 minute video bi a ho kwan a onipadua no efa so ebeye acidic ene kwan a ade a kangen water no so eboa na eyi acid ne den efru onipadua nti we de ye de kangen water ya test ama direct from the machine actually ne nti a kangen water acid enye den entumi ema no enye yi na enam say ya alkaline water na acid enimu nti no se wonom ko onipadua no na onipadua no ye acidic ade a balance onipadua no pH onipa bia o blood no ana o moja no nyankopon nyansem no pH no 7.35 to 7.34 eno ni moja no ne pH enti ni kwan se o moja no ne pH no fall below 7.35 ana se 7.34 basa what develop ade friend acidosis acid ebedoso onipadua no eno na tipaye twama na ababesio na won sa hyase ye otititi omoja deda na entimi ni afusane na fe yare bia na wo yare eno nti na kangen water no ye kanfo edi amount enti that is kangen energy drinking water yebetimi akoyanim na yedi other videos so ehon komo na senetia enti numbers no ena 0241 44 91 91 0241 44 91 91 insure dos odwa so water brands edoso nemom enya ne de be ya odewo kakra otechema so ana sempono brand ne cha nemom ade betimi ayo ma nipadua no ena ohwe video ya etwagu ya pH scale no na da so no on say ranging from 0 de bepem 6.5 on no ade acid ewum the lower the number the higher the acidity na sa wonum nipadua no wonum nsuo ko nipadua no na say acid wo mu a de edika ne say ema onya obre fatigue abrebia oye bibi kakra no wabre number 2 ema oye weak enten abrebia no waye weak no amremremre obi acid ados no nipa na shortness of breath hon ma na homete na home 10 acid ade etimi ye no na headache obi acid ados no nipa dia utita pae na afenso hon ma na homete na hotete confusion eno so ya ade acid edeba na afeno skin problems eno nti na kangen water machine ewo beauty water was 6.5 pH awo de dware and edisiesi onipadua ma abrebia na skin no eda so no na yanko ya chikakra hwe another problem acidic water no dem after confusion no say brain ma wadwene entimi function proper say acidos omuni padua no ma that is what acidosis can cause to the body skin no abrebia na skin no etwintwam and afin so brain no so no entimi function properly faster ema no enkonkan. So that is why you need kangen energetic drinking water. Enti you obi a we adwuma kakra no wabre onante kakra no wabre na ni na efu acid e dose woni padua no no okọ yefunu no ma ye wo gastric acid e woni padua no ma eyam aduane a yedi ekoyemu na mo sa wonom nsu a acid wom nom nsa acid wom didi nnuane a acid e dose wom na wani akalan aduane na wa nom nsu a eye akalan a unya digestive problems eti udidi aduane ni ntimi nyam yie eno nti ne ye kan for kangen energetic drinking water ede ama enya duro na mom no kangen water no de eye no na so that is it. And these are the problems acid eba oni padua no ma eye den etimi ede brewo enunti nsm jai acidic water nom kangen energetic drinking water ebetimi aboa na oni padua na konkan we video aye ba be hwe eye interview we international interview just for academic video and academic your friends education and academic purposes na minim se ebetimi nya voice na ebetimi nya sound na anka ye be shas ye na ya fast sound a interviewer we mami otiwe or ye registered nurse ni ena ya friend on TV so say muna mo ya kangen water ho adwuma bra beka ho asem maye na ye ntie ensuo de ye nimsanka ensuo de obi atimi nim ensuo bia na difference net saying na as a registered nurse no ena all church nsem tro nim no nim sentin konti a wase nipa no kangen energetic drinking water enti ye benya sound na muma ya sound no just about 3 minutes na ye ntie send your conversation no ko send a registered nurse no aya salila all church them say the effect and as the importance of drinking kangen energetic drinking water or no all recommended at the amount patient or mobile air hospital. Say interview no about kangen energetic drinking water. Internationally, it is recognized and accepted for its quality.
Is Salila Tui, a quality water advocate, registered nurse, yoga practitioner, and all-around active adult. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Olga.
Thanks for being here. Okay, so water. I think everybody out there knows the importance of water for our health, for our skin, our hair. I mean, just for everything, right? But you're a registered nurse, and I know you kind of distinguish between water and good quality water. What's the difference, and why is it so vital?
So as a registered nurse, I have dealt with many patients in the hospital that live non-active lifestyles. They don't have access to clean water. They don't have, the knowledge behind good quality food as well. So when it comes to water, it's like the foundation of everything on how you heal and recover.
All right, and then when we talk about water, I'm sure a lot of those patients are drinking bottled water. Millions of people are, including me. My producer was telling me when we were in the green room, before you came on the show, that you were also a bottled water queen, right? And you switched to something else.
I switched to alkaline water. It's called Kangen.
Kangen.
Yes.
Okay, we have some video. I want to show this to our viewers. Okay, I've never seen this. Tell me what we're looking at and how it works.
So it's a water ionizer. You hook it up to your tap water, and then it gives you antioxidant-rich alkaline water.
All right, so you hook it up, and how long does the process take? Do you press a button? Is it easy?
In seconds. You just press a button, and in seconds it gives you the pH's different levels. For beauty water, for drinking water, for cooking, all of those.
And how does it make a difference in our bodies and in our overall health?
It hydrates, it helps with your appearance, it detoxifies the body, just overall it helps your well-being, your mental health. For me, it helped me with my digestion. Like, it increased my digestion tremendously.
So as soon as you started drinking this water, you truly noticed a difference?
I truly noticed a difference. I absolutely did, especially with the taste.
I mean, I think of water and I think, well, water's just water, so what does it taste like?
So it's very light, very crisp to the palate. It goes down very easily, and that's what I really, really admire, because usually other bottled water, for example, which is very unhealthy for you, I noticed that it makes me feel very bloated. But with this type of water, not at all.
Interesting. I also read here, and I think it's the motto of the company.
Right, so the conversation goes on and on and on. And I mean, when you have a quality product, the product speaks for itself. So that is Kangen Energetic Drinking Water, where a technology emanating from Japan. And it is in Japan, it is in America, it is in Canada, and it is everywhere. There's not, or a registered nurse. And I watch it, Kangen Water, no one it contains antioxidants, a warm or digestion, a conkain, and a detoxify our system. These are people who are health practitioners, and they know omunim sania insuo kangen water netie, and that is the reason why they'll be talking about it in this manner. And until I can say Ghana had the Aba Kangen Energetic Water Limited, the Aba Ghana ha say or Kasana Kangen water machine is in chair, or say insurance production easy and difficult cry machine amount difference into say pH way now here, and that's why I press it now I produce at the amount. Now these are the benefits Kangen water at the amount. Now machine no and number is $5,000 to $100,000. It need more adding depending on the range and as the type of Kangen water machine. No, nipa dodo say ne betimi afford this machine we. Enunti na Kangen Water Limited. Ya fato ye ho so say ya to machines no dodo a ye produce nsuo no say na be ya onipa bia wo Ghana ha unso betimi anya bi no aiden wetimi anom Kangen water we nti amanfo fra brochire ba Ghana ene omo nam fa nsuo mfa brochire emfa mabio because abrochire aba Ghana abrochire abagana enti onso de ne so be fa numbers no na wafre enti meko menia neiza ho na neiza amaye numbers no ade amanfo orders wo ho anope eko no enya senketwa bomode na wo frɛ numbers no sia na wo so place your order no na yen deliver Kangen energetic drinking water no emfa maw we enya Ghana hankwa na wo but ye de abrochire abagana se ne be ya broni etimi nyini cha bibini nso timi nyenche mane ye menia my numbers no na etie for timi place your order no na yen deliver maw
Come on, 0241
44
91 0241
44
91
91
and I feel 050
73
79
474
050
73
79
474
actively on WhatsApp until hey free amana no pesa wo fra convenience obetimi my free throw on WhatsApp course abre ya kasa ya wo ho kwan se obefre office for ne be fa no mo ne wabon komo yes ans we nationwide delivery nti ba bia wo man Ghana mu bia dia an so obefre numbers na dia to dwan ba bia ye main distributors and major distributors once o pese o ton Kangen ni bia serve as an employment now once when you join the ben aye main we school na maintenance fee because Kangen so na just the normal ordinary water you get it nti and it will be out to aguso nti on so bra na bra ebetobi na efa ko di wudwuma de bia opese odidi aye na wo ye opese enye labels embobo ho emfa emma at a price that form boko Steve obia timitobi because de bia ka se wapomuden na de ben ye hwehwe nti ma bibia nko ni pedie ne mu kaka ba sa ade se be ha woni pedie de bia me ka se wonsu a wonom na how well informed and companies na ye ema wo hu de ye yankasa ye boa na se ye boa to contribute and quota to be patriotic and to be diligent what I say unya be bia
o hwe video ya ye hwe de anonsi o hwe video ya ye hwe ya onsen century ni na frɛ registered nurse na ba se ona wo ye nurse ni unim apomodin Kangen water no muta aka wasem hospital ye ho ya ba be hu ho ya be hu ntino brana be chirechirim na no why dey o chire mu die nti a Kangen water no mo holding so much in high esteem and you don't just drink any water but modern so be no Kangen water no se wonnom bi da ebreni nie for numbers no na frɛ na fe ye ne wo embo enkomo
so finally 0241
44
91
91
050
73
79
474
one Kangen aboa on comment na
Oyerepa FM 100.7.
Medien so yebeda Kangen fo ase ewo eye enkomo sonko a omoni ya bedi ene anopai ewo dwumedien so danger man akwaba
mejoso boss
bibia bokode
nyameda ro mekukuru
okay all right enti yenhwe yinu kakre na afi yewia na se obed eso de awura no ne na afi nsem ewa no de go de ma obed akwaba bibia bokode okay all right danger enti we
we de eye tataw eye
Dr. Waku or say pay the World Cup money into the sports fund accounts straightforward. On say yako World Cup in Jessica. Scanner in Yana FIFA de Bemayeno. A bar. Yavanko to a sports fund account in now or other sectors. Our food sports sectors and I say sport other sporting discipline. No, we be going into infrastructure development. We be go into a talent hunting, any on netting. We be go into all other competitions. We be participating in that day. Inti, you say biya, yako wake up about yes. Football na first Canada there, but other discipline no should stand to benefit. Therefore, a cost sports fund ni more na etimi aspred yako baby ya. Inti Dr. Waku die na ono dia.
Ba se World Cup no se bo ho kan sa na yeko.
Ye boka.
Inti se be betete ka.
Normally no.
Go mostly ni dia ban ye ne se otenika. Me kai say the last World Cup no. Aban tini sika
ode maaye no
and at the kind of my F in that was around $2 or $2.5 million and the my F
I know now Mr. Dr. Waku say said the aban dey na ode maaye ne dey ye fan sa akwan no ho bosia bi sa nti sa aban ti na dey wi a de beka chire no ebi enko sports fund nim so na sports fund no emomu no on the sports fund no set up in such a way for sports development and competition participation. Enti sports development and also so no on say with different arms infrastructure our ho no mo ye hwehwe say ye copy talent our ho ye grooming talent no so ho any participating of other competitions no ni nyina our ho no mo say na be ya a time will come the sports fund will be a source of funding sports in the country. I'm going to say ye call Ghana a government coffee so it's any a budget crowd near budget allocation to sports or nakoto sports fund ye generate a year and may or mobile how massive on press conference and me could be utie or more normal patch say for instance your top player gate proceeds any other thing a certain percentage should be embedded into the sports fund. The fund will be a bit growing in such a way that a bit boa sports development Ghana Hanum. Into Yako wake up for the start, no. The if I understand you are abiding in Nebusiana or the boy anywhere, then the Akano and Koto fund and grow fund no to take care of all those things. No, yeah, capiches and what's mean, yeah, talent and all that. And sports fund no enough resources. You go into it and then you see to it at me. I come nti
yemwe sa ban ne be ya
but say committee sports fund no so aban na nete nti yeso tie o masem
okay
so because they did say any study hunu back no now I'm still the coach of the Black Stars and Carlos Cruz on say for the past 2-3 days there I jehini Ghana has say Carlos Cruz are resign Emma, every phone be cast on reason. Obeka me kwame ye sorry hacks can say general secretary can say sa statement na watro no to Facebook no en kire se wa resign. Na fi akoye brofo grammar ne interpretation any all those kind of things no any omo publishing ye e various social media platforms no me kwame publish bi any omo so mo di kasama ye fe no edi sa nkofo na tempa cheche bi nkwa nti rofo ne hu nsensem ne ade a fine nti Carlos Cruz he said obey wa kru nani
ba se efifo no ebi be ka se on resign ebi so see fa no for World Cup no nti se World Cup na so a na se chese ne time aso
Sanchez so by Sanchez so by
nti se hin ne gina
sisi idea o se ono da so your Black Stars coach
100.7
o da so your Black Stars coach nti okra no pe na wo ka se ye ne ka 2 years ho asem no na esan ye me na akakra so what does your coach dey am here dey say o ye no contract ko ano no na say bi ase wo ka ne say after ne 4 months no expire we a na onye coach ni biom dia
the contract dey aso because so tie communicate course after an appointment na even from the sports minister or say you're a fan for the World Cup so tim jina se World Cup no so ye ran 32 ni ye film nti ye film a say ye mo World Cup bi nti coach no to ye there.
Yes, but the contract between Carlos Queiroz and Ghana no has a duration. Nti you cannot count or rule out the duration. Nti say no more ka bi ma omo ka defend for want of better word FA no, because I honestly didn't see anybody even attacking the FA. People were just saying say coach now resign. But if no fan say it was an attack on the FA. But say young fan say it was an attack on the FA. I'm not supposed to be defend the FA no. That was no argument. Say coach, you know, 4 months in a man no. And I think from the time was it an open like I say April you appointing no. So if it is April, I say okay into April, May, June, into July. But I was going to say July until say July then one can say only Ghana need contract until the expiration of July no his contract still stands and no also Eugene so catch Ghana for nyina say send ya Ghana for bebre na say ntwofo bebre ka say we jai na adwuma ko no onyaye
nti da be no be jai
mum de oye ne say what the Ghana ko World Cup Ghana ko bon ho modern pa na Ghana bo draw Ghana mia ne nsem ahye Panama 1-0 eno kra no Croatia no kra no na say Ghana be say o dodge Portugal ntina ye jeje musa ama Portugal for no Croatia for share Colombia de bibi ne siye na mo de share and Ghana for bebe nigidie na nigidie e wo team mu se obetie no nigidie wo team mu say ye be free group no mpo. In fact me kai say a respondent to me post be on Facebook e say me ne wo wase me ne wo ye crowd ye can say Ghana bobo 3 matches na abafie. Honestly I don't remember me saying it, but once ye nyina eti ade de so wase me ne wo me magia to menye hwe say ye nyina na ye adwuma no say nyina that's fine. Enti ye crowd ye can say 3 matches e bo bia ye ba fie na say Ghana fi group ni mu akọ the next stage a che say yakoya ade pa enti Carlos Queiroz as da na no de bo da Ghana for us say yaka no ho ma akoya ade sa enti na nye say bia edwuma na wajai enti no ye watwe mu anopeso enu na wi asute anopeso wasa team say mpanimfo ene ne kasa say bi kra 2 years contract. Me medical take me position say I'm highly indifferent with anybody who says Carlos Queiroz and Santos when you coach. I'm highly indifferent. I am not in support of it. I don't think he should be our coach. I don't think so. And he said, "Oh, mama, kwenya me church mundi nti am fo say say Carlos Queiroz coaching." But ono de odaso to asunti yo onya adwuma no. To ono so ne de wo ho ye ba na ye de no kakra so ababe na boss kotoko enso so enkomo no emu ede enkomo mu ede we kotoko chitania na wahwe enimu enu anopa meti se wo ka se kotoko chitafo no tan visit o social media handles no munti Oyerepa nso so omunti ebe Oyerepa nso so papa because the entity say ba no yeso de bi beba kotoko social media for no be yo mo de yeso be ye de wo ha nti owo ka kire omso mo nko ho no yemso me ka kire omso mo ntie yen no mo hwe yen na yeso won sem power hadon papa ye tete sponsorship e ba ye beka bi ye tete technical team I put together and so e ba ye beka bi ye tete players a penifo ni di akire amo hwe wo mo and all other things a omugutu penifo di gu akwan mo ye na we munum bi no so no ye tena se a especially this man on my right I'm sure so a lot of filler misu mo kakra ye nyina ye di kakra kakra ba na je say ye de ba bi gu ho no na je say eno anso so no na black maidens asem na ye ya boss black maidens asem na ye ya on say yenwa ma no omo ye nkra ye mu kra ye mu bi de kra ye ofa ase no wo mo so ana ye makra na ebia say omo bobo no sa no mo bo no sa no na wo bati se bia we se blasters ya mu mi se ni ya se ya ye nka so mo ye pedie na anso so kakra bia obia de se fata no na wo de apochere ne nsem na eja na waje no okọ na omo sisi ya na am se pediem no ne no no man kakra bi ya kakakam to omo se penifo se omo hwe na omo nyimfiri wansa na nkoye se afi ne ebe ka na ye de omo ka ne de omo ka ne de omo ka enti no so ho no mere be na boss na no o ka se mindi ticketing nsem na course World Cup no echi na mene panyini bi wode wone no wotwotwo paa mene ne kasa kakra in fact o mama kwanya se me san frɛ no kranti no bia mrepamu no mesa frɛ no na de metete no boss ticket rakatere na ekoso braga na ebo World Cup ni bi no se eso sene sene ye hu no na sene ye ka no and personalities involved and ne keka ho no bigger than nia ya ka no na mrepamu no eno so ho nkomo be papa de nkofo afiase a omo yi information de ba ene ade so ho nkofo afiase a omo yi information de ba kakra ne ade so nim say sorry unu akuma sedu adamu so okay no
yes sedu me kai sedu ba
so what did you out no
yeah
enti no ho nkomo oh omo ye wakasa tia yen nti yi na fi kunim
yeah ne fo
student swag fo so wakasa tia penina wakasa tia yen
so wakasa tia kwabna ye wo
nti yi no
wakasa tia na o kire na adua na o criticize no o se mu kire mu because wakasa tia obi de na ese na no ko twi no
yeah the fans wakasa tia yen
yeah, so was it a disciplinary committee in the Tennessee who said now he should be taken off the platform and I said it will be the Tennessee baby toward and by? No, these are important questions. But what I say in central for article now in central for Kuromatin Asamaba now in central for church Romaji.
But who take on the leader in a vicious manner?
But Udina manner.
Is it sometimes
so even if you Odin at tempo
who dey misro who be say my question ya na mo bu fo say say be previous and say chi say bia obi ka aboa kwasia oni wo say I mean those words no and na qualified to be an insult but you and I know say there's a way one can you know I say bia wo disrespect penin for and I say penin and I say so say you can carry your message in a manner that message will be communicated all right but maybe our casting insinuations no those kind of things now I say what could do
so after that definitely the disciplinary committee need to sit down and evaluate accept no kind to even give the person a fair hearing because as journalists we cannot live in a situation where as a
you say every platform swag platform
yeah, you know.
They come in can swap platforms.
Oh, na say and let me tell you, okay, say Kabima Minkabia. Kabima Minkabi does also not allow or promote.
But come on, but you have 1 million was some say you can't put in and Kababa.
As a drop was a nobel, we have found to be in Tosso. There will be a person who be on your why? Say the Oye and never bought Magana football at Tumpoa. Yenye, the Oye and Zubu Ghana football, yeah. Yeah, money in our movie Uchabreno because baby I say no, a Juman and your making cacono, obed. Baby, I'll fuse all year bebuan and why. The Oha M1 no jai, the only fuse all year bebuan non sway, the M1 no jai. Yen I see a team,
boss, but what can you say?
Main cardia bafo.
Are you not sure so you are overstretching?
Me overstretching me beer. Me overstretching me beer. Say Jumana yen whilst we sit here near judging for Jumo yeno. There are people also judging us.
Of course, yes.
So to them say, indeed, the best people to judge us, your ma, omutie, so to them say. It's if you feel so what you are doing, you know. Yeah. As I make as about women can't
But I understand your sarcasm, but it's okay.
That mean you ain't sarcasm. That is no crana maker. No crana maker. So tell me, say no crana maker. And no, I'm a post me. Facebook. And you go no more attack you.
Oh yes.
A bit more more criticize what to say how much you criticize when they are right. Asking questions. You also buy and no buy attack you. So tell me, say it is a fool say. Obi aka asem bi na asem na wo ka no ebi obi nti opeso obi defend ni pakro no e wa abra asem na nipa na ka no ebi anokure kakra bi wo ma but still so obi nti obi defend na defend here where dey say ba for enye yi bia
this gentleman on share any madam for Sabati. I me share snap post of me video be.
Okay.
And me not sure say me put it the way he put it, so I will try to paraphrase. Now say if me really say make some meaning now.
Yeah, who do you
Mr. Paul Adumoche.
Okay.
Of good evening Ghana. Am I right?
Okay.
Say good evening Ghana, yeah. Or say the media don't produce evidence. The media can speculate. Evidence is produced at the courtroom. Because it is very difficult for the media to get complete and conclusive evidence. But at the courtroom there, you produce conclusive evidence and a complete and conclusive evidence. And I think I agree with him to some extent, because to say Yeti has his CA, not long ago I was talking about the Ghana matches and the ticketing issue at Ebae. You hear from various angles, and you hear people telling you.
What was the media provided?
Conclusive evidence.
I didn't hear.
Because enya asembiana ubenya the full evidence. Unso okaka say nukro kakra bi um. Asembo ha ubenya some facts. Then you can use to speculate.
So the stand on that fact now, to build what Samaoka.
Exactly, yes.
Certainly,
exactly.
May I dare mempe a information.
Yeah.
Certainly, yeah. Na ebia o ka asem bi to tarnish obi image whereby unim bibi ewom. Here say wo ho, but ekoye asem a when nipa no ne personality and the brand involved. I am most times making sure say wa asem na wo ka no no kure bi yedai.
Wo no kure bi wo.
Ewom. Certainly,
200%. But you see, sa enokre no may not be conclusive. Me ba cho sa boss say afi de wo nya drift no. Sa enokre no may not be conclusive. Because un say enokre no in itself no is clothed with a lot of things. Enti ti say sisi se obe data de a e hye ni sisi Portugal for atade. So will I be fair to say Obed support Portugal? Maybe yes, maybe no, maybe atade na e fekeke. And wakoto no washi. It doesn't necessarily say normally cry no obi o share Portugal atade no ya na more closer to say we Cristiano Ronaldo fan than because Portugal as a nation cry so. Enti say because we Cristiano Ronaldo fan I may be saying something that is close to the truth, and I say, but it may not be entirely conclusive, because Abia or beyond Cristiano Ronaldo, and that will be a Portugal for us, and a Portugal national team, and us on board. For instance, me on any day, I will support, apart from Ghana, I will support England. On any day, I support them. But enti ube hu mi se bia meshe English national team JC. But se uni mi se me peste njala da sempa. And so say u conclude say as the njala nti na masha atade na. On say enye that truth or that may not be conclusive. Because media no echo beyond Steve Gerrard. It is about England as a nation. Boss mpatcho sa fe the explanation afi de I kakra. Enti baby a wujame no ya adwen say uni hwe de emfa asem tu bi so na say nka asem wo bi hu fi. But ye dwuma no so ni su ni ban se ne sitie no. Se wo benya bibia pepepe so wie de wo bebre. Especially in our part of the world that ye boy who modern say ye betima tena no kre no so. On say yeah, burying the truth, easy to do. For instance, Mimi Obi a bird whispered into my ears. Say, at the World Cup, there was an indisciplined action that took place.
A bird whispered into your ears.
A bird whispered into my ears. And also, the catcher was coach be free. Me no me no ya done for be. Any binman or more World Cup na say. Any binmo o ma nko but o so nko for around. Did nko kakra no. There was an issue with your man Ghana players in free day no. Timer a binmo every 10 year. There was an issue. There was an issue with the fact that the coach was not happy with time being returning here. I will not be permitted to be mentioning some players' names, but it explains the reason why some players are not gonna for cry. I say, now then we are more, now then we are more. Some of them coaching more. In fact, I am told to say there was some sort of altercation between the coach and a technical team member. For some also reasons, coming with the home come out as but you know him and know him where you are down for.
Okay, but the young comrade.
So, enti, sa no more way no. Maybe tikumase ha. Na me ni omo base ho. I will not get empirical evidence of it. But it doesn't also mean nothing happened. Enti, I am only left to speculate. Make some sort of conjectures here and there. And I think that one, the profession permits that. I think that is not unethical. And our boss, me pacho, mumu make a cray.
Young comrade, near me to us. Yen judgment, yes, see no, but for said yes, I know. I will do time, yeah, 1 GB or retire.
I say, once we know the private in Komoka crack.
This is the Zika no bed.
Some of us
prepare retirement.
Your conscience, no. May my conscience pricks me. My conscience always pricks me.
Young go here na game ne enra game ekoso emra ye ba efia enkomo bibiri e wo ha wo de atodwa e bedi e wo dwumadi ni so ebrebe mususu a Ghana football ho nkomo yenya edi e bekoso ani edi e kwan bei ene e befa so ne ball na apro atete asay no ba for e betimi aye ni ye say Obed
yeah
I mean ti we
be a fine so okani nti ana ozo apa baby atana
born there no say no kwe woman say Obed under this current administration you born enye because of how the leadership style of the AFC president enye ene say wamana kwa akoye say enye na adwuma na wo ye no ene odi pe vote but ono no odi ni influence ene de the clubs nso no afa clubs na na vovo eti obi ye bone a yentimi ntwe na so ko twe na so a wan we on to aba ma no
okay ti e bene na musa ne
ti say ya na be ye
ti say kan koye say yes abato braso papa ya odi anim wabon humodi o
ti e hwe na adwuma akoto aba ma no
waye wei enti ye gina so
akoto aba ma
awe we de aye bi afo ye nto ane so ye ha de no pe de wo kan no omo to aba no esi ahene fo no omo nhwe sa no ma no danger
nti asema me kan say because of our relationship now we're creating with clubs no obiya de ope obiya so ye bibia ye ntimi nya ne hwe
jo mo hwe o sika gu ase boni bi ani
nti na me ka say omo pray third term omo pray fourth term omo pay free president omo man nko 10th term ye football na sesa because of how we structure a football system no
go where the boss me so say yanko but just say surprisingly I wonder where the third term thing became an issue for anybody to discuss after World Cup yakoye na yanko boy homodi and I'm surprised people think yakoye ade ya World Cup na yakoye no it was a disaster now we were a group of Panama, Croatia and
England
na say
you do run 32 yanko ya de
Debbie, but for the fact that the World Cup had been expanded, say a group of 16, say who free one group of 16 boy, previous one no. Can you but the fact that he has expanded, now say Panama Obeshano. In the game we suffered, but for some slight mistake from Omomo side, any other day. Me say the Ghana England game, Thomas Tuchel, Emma Carlos Queiroz look like he's a good coach. And Carlos Queiroz now, Thomas Tuchel, because ball running the ball, you know. So only the boss have ball now. He will look like he's a good coach. That is why I keep saying, I'm surprised that people are pushing, say, yeah, someone contract again.
Selbert yanko enra Manchester for yi Belgium for ne film.
Ada Manchester for it.
Na dey no abo no ahwe bi.
Me hwe pa. Say run a commentary a.
O he Spain enemy.
Me any run a commentary.
So me. Say when I che ball to ho ma yi Marino bebo she.
Oh, you can also
and then say Manchester keeper.
You can also ask questions about
okay, Manchester keeper. Manchester keeper.
Me bisa say
Nana Bewa, good morning.
They allow Poku Kubasi so no some boss shot because he had enough space out of the boss shot. So that is also one question. A bit maybe saying say the midfielders of Belgium and also the attackers, you know. It may allow a centre back say on moving from the zone. It may be primo the half of Belgium, getting that confidence so be shoot to Sabono at the Ababetu Atrem. So you a lot of conversations around it. But World Cup you so separate more na set France they were can that. Then run near Pedi on the France at the Baba Shishaso. And it was a game between Spain and Belgium. Key points. Coach. You and game starting, the major news and our game had to do with Luis de la Fuente decision to drop a Pedri for Abrante Feno, Fabian Ruiz. That was the trending story. Because first game on board, that made 4-3 of Rodri, Fabian Ruiz, and Abrante Feno Pedri. Later Daniel Mubeba. And after that, we decided say just behind the striker with this Oyazaba. Or the Daniel Mumum Nebebo and a double pivot of Pedri and Abrante and Rodri for them to control the midfield, dictate the pace, and dance affairs in the middle zone for no. But I'm not surprisingly, you best start saying it is a derby coach and they say on one casan and the Pedri boss, they say Pedri embodied this particular game. First thing, Fabian Ruiz got a go. That was the first half. And that should tell you, say, the decision from the manager not to start Pedri in terms of the offensive aspect of the game, Jibo, a payoff. Because Spain team no any team on with a proper center forward. So here come Spain any Ellen Haaland be out the number tournament. Spain any Obitise Lautaro Martinez of the Argentine national team. Spain any Hurricane be. Oh, Ronaldo be, Kylian Mbappe be. They don't have that. Their front five and options from the bench and your elite scorers. Into your coach now the team be Sako. Not only a proper target man, a poacher, a prima punta on over top box then you must solicit for a year scoring from every player on the field. Especially when you do the knockout stage, because knockout stage goal scoring is very important. Spanish team no advantage, which is their defense. Proud to this game, not Spain in concede goal. Into the no better. But the point is, here will be also a bad goal nishe. Obetimi ayama. Now, your selectioner, or start Alex by now. When I start a branch of friend Lami Yama, Danny Omo, Oyazaba, and Fabian Ruiz, just like I'm saying. Between Fabian Ruiz and Pedri remember the usual passing. Pedri remember the usual controlling. But when a mid-game get to an aggressive stage, where physicality is extremely demanded, you cannot trust Pedri for that. But you not trust Fabian Ruiz for that. Sebon, boy, drew baby. Now we hear somebody our midfielder to attack the penalty box. Excellent with second balls, the instinct of the second ball. Our bit media to atenema between Fabian Ruiz and Pedri, you going for Fabian Ruiz. In general, he go no say no. Nenye go a ono na ebe chichiase. Be boa kotoa pemato. He has that instinct over Pedri. And Jibo, even when say Spain enya corner, Spain enya free kicker. Normally, you don't expect Pedri so be penalty box more. Because we need that ability. Normally, Pedri will be just behind the penalty box for the NFL recycling of the ball. In some attack it, or Bobo Konebi, na se corner na ntimi anfa bibi amba. Pedri ne be san ball na san kire se, yen san fan ko ni fa so nko start attack no, and na yen san fan ko begukuma fa so. But Fabian Ruiz will not do that. He will attack the penalty box. So consistently in this tournament, I've been talking about the importance of coaches. And you will, and right there, clearly, you will say that first half decision, it was a bit controversial. It raised a lot of questions. But the NSS call forward Nesokoyeno. Jibo and run a call forward Nesokoye. And you need a bold coach to do that. Because tournament here, boy, open most accurate passes. Our tournament, and especially our the opposition half, Pedri about 271. Jibo Nkeka pass and Nkwa and Kardimesho. Open most accurate passes. Our the final third, you have two things. The opposition half near Sachem. Your final third, your opposition half near Omo area Nina. Utra center circle, maybe a pass box. Now raw opponent in a half now. And now Pedri toss number 2 with 271. And your final third, and here the Wakaka Krabi. Now we have to the goal post of the opponent. And Najibu, Pedri swab 163. The game of Spain is to pass. And that fits Pedri with these statistics. But the coach opted for something different. And it paid off. Now, away from that conversation, a question na Spain fan so esanya de winning goal after say Belgium Tiomoka. It comes back to coaching. Yibo, Spain na ye kan World Cup here. So when you have to check your more, the World Cup back, which was in 2010. That's the only World Cup of Spain has. Even when we talk about getting to the semi-final, based on my records, Spain have caught semi-final twice. And to Spain and your Maya, a back football now, Dibo, Obeka say Omunyadie, but based on their history, Omujane saw yenche. Also, I say from 2008, we started some Euros, no, and Omudia Baba with Drew their caliber and pedigree in the tournament. It's not as gigantic as Germany or Italy or Brazil and even Argentina.
Spain.
Yes. Based on history. That's Argentina je World Cup 3. Spain.
Brazil Spain
me say almost starting from 2008 Iba. But I had the entire history of the tournament. Started from when the tournament started at do Germany level. Though in recent times they are better than Germany. In recent times, Osha the Euros and the World Cup, they are going far than Brazil. Because some in 2010, Brazil in 2002. It is Spain in born money. But for the history of the tournament, Spain bebe chirikaka. By in recent form they are there. It's here do stage we say they can panic. But if you have a manager that understands the abilities of his players, he can transform things to give you a desirable result. And now check a second half changes. Ferran Torres beba. Later, Nico Williams beba. Later, or the Pedri beba. And lastly, or the Abante friend Miguel Moreno beba. Never I hear commentary now. Of a bisa say Miguel Moreno ban den or babe. And over the me catcher na na say Adiana na Fabian Ruiz ye na no rura box no. Miguel Moreno a midfielder there. Born a duru baby a duru pinchen. Spain for no shut down boss shot in free chilisa. But they like to dominate you our final third. Open player back one. Whilst your attention is on Lamine Yamal, whilst your attention is now on Nico Williams, I don't know about game no. Because Nico Williams bet me isolate you and a 1v1 situation with you. especially o Sunday abrante fan Mark Kukurea how also join the attack ne be kan ho a na so mo make catch our attention no from the left side of the Spanish team. Lamine Yamal already at the right side, so definitely you are going to have two players focusing on Lamine Yamal with Pedri and Rodri dictating the play. Says how the neighbor Ferran Torres ever the first target man on the run for the first ball, but the second ball no ever down at the intelligence, the sharpness, positional awareness of the other players and a Miguel Moreno ba say ebra wa adwene koso no ade ketua bi e ba beda ho bia ndibo or the ball ba beto atenem. He came into the game around the 85th minute. By 88th minute you will know the ball not to atenem, and that is the impact we your coach e ka say ne wa hye team no one who team no baby ekọ one who team no send your musi fair ball no na de aba be boy normal enti eno ade. I think it was pure coaching and a lot of credit to Bekwama, Coach FN Louis de la Fuente. You also in the world of coaching, especially club football, you can talk about the error leading to the goal, but he seems to have ample knowledge and control over this Spanish team. Rocky start against Cape Verde, but we're turning things around and we are seeing a different story now. And you see about your opinion about so any of the other teams, but yentimi nka enu abo no ignore the defense of this Spanish team. Me assure say Jibo tournament we on boy ne fe na America Laporte senka make a Barcelona penny for one in an attempt to augment our defense. He's one player I'll look at. America Laporte.
America Laporte.
Yes.
Says Saudi.
Saudi.
Yeah.
Undeserved so Bobo Saudi.
Oh
no.
Ronaldo Bobo Saudi.
Ronaldo is 41 years, Jibo. Ronaldo 41. Born na America Laporte born in this tournament. How are I a perfect partner for Pau Kubasi? You let him say Kubasi, no, he's a rising talent. And in every the football career or the life cycle of any rising talent, you need a mentor. Everybody, when you mentor, somebody that will warm you into adulthood and maturity when it comes to the game. Players be there ever in coaches, but you will sometimes coaching is far away from the action. It's partner now when they come
about back to Bilbao.
Yes.
Yeah, about let's
partner now
when they a mukipa no ayina no
lamens
say na e ka say Messi she freaky no Zidane banasa.
Yeah. That was against
Kawiri Obana kwa babi ya no de amaye say omusukipa no enro ade a oye ya o Mike kakati say Belgium
ojo mama
akora ketwa hwe Kevin De Bruyne brawa brasa asisu hwe Lukaku boy mu ye den CDK Charles Dikitalari atika ya bo short kitikiti we no ache short ato am ya baba bo ache kano proba na kwa babi ya no say ono na asa ene no am ye yi Belgium for afima na say ni sitie but Zach say no homfa no ti ye we should speedy recovery
send your make no I think Inigo Martinez score ni nyine hu de eye Abrante Efreno Pau Kubasi last year. On Gerard Martin in Ajibo, in as much as Yeji Omudino, they are all young guys. They need a matured player. The Omaya was Spanish national team. You know him say Basa top players for attack. But there's some who break the bank no for Laporte. Ebeka Kubasi. I think Laporte ebe mentor Kubasi better than Eric Garcia. Garcia than Garcia here mentorship. And Emerick Laporte is a proper left centre back. And Wabubibia, national team, Waba England, played under Pep Guardiola, and he fits into the system. And I think that Deco should make this happen. Minimum defensive options.
Laporte for Barcelona.
Laporte should play with Kubasi or Basa. I just want his Spain team. No. Obeka so a few matches, Yajitum. But Umar Rajo Ebejina Kubasi Hua Asembesi. Barca here a leader. Cancelo is not a leader. Kunde is not a leader. Kubasi is not a leader. Though you say Maldini mo era no at a young age, but say Maldini about it, Franco Baresi.
Yeah.
Omo into the game. Omen Jane sa akeke yanka say Maldini no oba na no be wure mu sa akeke. Do baby I will obi or so nsa now or tenetino. And it boosts the confidence of the player. It's just some American say Kubasi is having an excellent tournament, but Sabon Bema and the passing abilities of Kubasi or tournament here. Super. And then not Jibo so here go now. Who shot and be your Puma shot in the free buy.
Yeah.
And that was the moment. Shot no might not directly lead to an assist for Pau Kubasi. But in Mimi books, Jibo, that was the assist. Because the Spanish team was so stubborn to the extent that they were not shooting. But eventually, on the short free Chiribaya.
Laporte was 32 years.
Yes, he's 32 years. Maturity. He and this is the Spanish game, Jibo. Kubas in the passing and now game. Decent part. This is the Spanish La Liga. The intensity is not so high as compared to the Premier League. And I think, sir, if he's well managed, Obetimi bring the best out of Obitse Paul Kubasi. Once Gerard Martin ebe understudy no, it will add value to the Barcelona omo defense. Okay. And now I am Spain team na so. They deserve to qualify. Better luck for Belgium moving forward.
Okay.
And a game no.
But a more meeting with France, a month was to take on him. And say football pundits in our person say more Spain strength or Muntimi and match France.
Football is a game.
OGD.
Football is a game of movement.
And I was the message about.
Football is a game of movement, Jibo.
But my man can't have a message. I said, good morning, boss. Good morning, Anna. Said, baby, our hobo cordial. When Cunha rescued Brazil, you did not give credit to Manchester United. When Martinez rescued Argentina again, you did not give credit to Manchester United. So I ask, why should Manchester United take the fall for the Belgian team? Anna, I said, Mintina, I come with you. Na ya say na Zakitonia do the Chiroba Ebeka wansem over the entoso France Spain meeting,
big game, a befitting semi-final match. Needed the champion in the team no pa and De La Fuente soon in the team no pa bounce that ball na the man come on here den here say you blink and born in that net. We're going to see this French team with a super attack against this Spanish team. So far, Oma conceded just one goal in our tournament. So let's I don't think say a game you can easily write someone off.
The end mean say France team with the spinning team no more.
No, that would be a big mistake. That would be a big mistake. The Spanish team can control the midfield in such a way that it will turn things around. The same way the French team can be extremely explosive and set the stage on fire, and the Spanish team who answers to it. They have the ability. They've worked hard to get to this stage. And don't forget, Spain, they are coming in as the European champions. They tied the 2 years. Se me no wo baby fa akuna me de usum kunimu a metimi akwa akohia wo baby menya me mu gidie se me sen de usum kunim, and that is confidence, which can be a key factor.
That's a Spain team no akoyela mi ama
for say mu ha good, but they have other things.
But France omo Dembele, omo Olise, omo Desiree Dio, omo Bakola, omo Kylian Mbappe.
Strategically and tactically, this will be the most difficult game at France able.
Oh yeah, sure.
Of course. Match France the same thing applies to Spain. But Spain and a taste of Portugal, and they've survived. And France one of a taste that Ben Portugal. Morocco Ben Portugal.
France, okay. Morocco
Ben Portugal.
And
Senegal Ben Portugal. Iraq Ben Portugal. They played Norway, and Norway in that game dropped their key stars because they felt they wanted a different path. And the France have been playing well. Paraguay, they were bullies, but normally the technical ability and the tactical structure with that solid defensive organization as Spain for one. Not Paraguay for any nibi. Indeed, I think say about for me. Man for home so kakra. Na enye die emu dao trasa for France. They are favorites. We believe in them. Say they came to this tournament. They are on the verge of doing a back-to-back final. But they have a big obstacle which they need to dig deep. You must someone dig it deep before they can survive. Until you enjoy that one for time. But England in no way.
And then you may 9 p.m.
Yeah, and no, was a bassa for the I want a story of Ferran Torres. From next week, there be a lot of club football, pal. Say PSG per Ferran Torres. And it's almost a done deal. Crowd might agree in principle when it comes to a Omone Ferran Torres personal terms.
Paris Saint-Germain.
Yeah. Enrique Siopeno. Oh, it's a true story. It's really trending, coming from all credible aspects. Say beyond no court bench. You do that no number the ball as a false nine on the game.
But tournament is Obomo.
Yeah, he's doing his best. Just that on miss chances too much. And on say what's steady PS here. Enrique plan here say big boys in the French league near man Kwalani Bimbo. It was a killing Mbappe Osman Dembele and bought close to 20 matches in the French league.
Yeah, started 13.
Into an argument, say okay, Champions League the more thing. Into me managing the players in the French league, they say we will beat me about I do Champions League now. No, and I say Dembele so a history of injuries, pa.
Yeah.
The same thing. And I also here. I check here Bacola, Deseridio. These guys get injured sometimes. Into when you be say Ferran Torres, what it means that Goncalo Ramos can be available on the market if say he's in Bacoana.
Why?
Goncalo Ramos.
You read that
Timon Kofan no.
Yeah, I know a Milan player.
Oh, Dando. I learned you had
No. Dando yeah, 74 million euros.
Maybe a boom. Any the first sign of Milan.
74 million euros.
No. 74 million on the market can get you.
Why striker by? Or the mama striker or chain we be 74.
We all know strikers one.
The chairman.
Strikers one in Europe.
There's this boy at Dortmund. Sheru Gurasi.
Oh, Debbie. When you know,
Jibu.
Ramos
is better than Sheru Gurasi.
No, age-wise. Ramos here 25. TAT. Age-wise, Ramos here 25. Gurasi is all better 31.
Gurasi do 30.
Oh, check where. What's African you? Ati. Why African Guinea? African ati. Senior kwaba se bibia boko dem. Check Gurasi we. O ko twom 30 wati. Me say check we. Check it.
Gurasi is even less than 25.
125.
Hey, 1996. So Gurasi is around 30.
Oh, 30 years.
1986. Now Gurasi here 30 years.
Aye.
And look at football age.
But it's better than Goncalo
We
Ramos.
do agree.
Who can say 75? I bet you that come market so I could know the other boy.
The one saying say we
don't do 75. Gurasi beat me and bear 40.
But they are looking at
Gurasi beat me and bear 40.
Yeah, na say 40 dey near the 74 to Goncalo Ramos because one we about top national team.
I won't start.
Portugal.
I won't start.
I say because of her until on start. About top national team. Say Gurasi or Portugal. They are cause woman man start.
Gurasi
best start ahead of Ronaldo.
Obama Dortmund.
Who the Gurasi best start ahead of Ronaldo?
I mean the Oyo Champions League now.
I mean, well. Debbie. But 74 way there. Now say for is it Crystal Palace? Eko to striker bi. Say Engine was 50 million. On no any experience bi.
No board.
strikers why?
Ebi ni ho. Obed 2 day jai why? Yento aso. England.
On say the last bear I was Monday. Now I popped
a match in Ehu.
Yeah. I popped one article which was talking about how Norway is if a developer game, and everything is a copy and paste from the English football. Yeah, BBL. They copied about 70% of how England for New money from the academies at Eba. And the DNA of the Norwegian football was copied from the English football. And that is dangerous. First danger. So I know we was tournament here. At the about command is a ultra defensive game. Then they create through Odegaard, finish through Haaland. Tan bomb. And to break them is never going to be easy for you. Though on some game normally Senegal tried their best.
Yeah.
But it was still not easy for them. Nanke Boa, a Honda man for started tip almost one of the dark horses on the surprise tournament because you only say ball now Senegal and France boy. Senegal should survive against Norway, but I'm fat. You say big team, any team you find so strive about. Adia Bakwa the basis, the fear factor. England will not have that fear factor against Norway. Because me just sure say Oscar Bob, Edge Ball, na Nico O'Reilly jina wa obesuru no. On the team Manchester City ho. On the train on any ball. On suru no. Me just sure say Odegaard Edge Ball. Na se komenu se Declan Rice e ba no so a osu usuru obe panic. He will not panic. And he will not withdraw or change his game just because of ball against Declan Rice. On suro no one be born gidi. On the te Arsenal. If say ne Haaland, England decided so about Stones and McGahey or Konsa, one of us no. He would bully them and find his way through. Say solid jine munas wo ba. Minim nipa or England team na solid be so no. Because of the Atletico Madrid. And that is what they are coming. The Omadeba game no. They the Belgium first thing team kese any team ke to about fear factor. But we be because you kwanya Norway from even away from CA Boston these players about the respective leagues like the opponents, like the big names in England. They are coming back from a victory against a cathedral in Brazil. It's a boost to the confidence of an underdog. It is when they take on a big team and defeat them. That is where they get that confidence. It is on no bono oh, me must Brazil. And 2 years of the Brazil game, Oman throw Brazil at any point. Come just say Odegaard de Babe who Casemiro through. Haaland on Gabriel a battle from Ipion into who they not in the game. On throw no. Haaland a boss shot be ma kwa lesson so am be e the ball ni be out net into on throw no. By imagine say Ghana. Any enfan say bia Prince Edu Kwabena bia. There will be doubts. Even sometimes reaching this stage will be an accomplishment for no based on the ability to the achievement level. Also, how do you know who? What achievement level sometimes Emma Utimi Kambo was setting big stage because only that winning mentality bigger than that level. And until I bet me a draw so only say we are okay, what you but no way for any draw, they won't have that fear. And it negates that advantage for the English team, which is fear factor. Now let's come to the tactical aspect of the game. So Ocean Komonuma, Jibo, Norway fun have been extremely compact.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a warning to the English team. England they've been compact, but they were lacking that finishing. Norway for Nubino. Ghana ne England. Thank you was our finishing and share. Kebeshi England. Finishing now, your defensive solidity now you put to happen. Organization you put to happen. If we are the target man, and kebet me release ball na mano. Amana ye bibi out of nothing. Kebesho mo. Yeah, England and Mexico, they bleed. Mexico ma omu bleeding. Yeah, England ni DR Congo. DR Congo ma England bleeding. Into tournament here, boy, Tuchel have been surviving, but it has not been a convincing performance because by default, especially after my game no Ghana born obi decided say me England be ba me gina chiri kakra na ma attack you through the spaces on be leave behind. I fear for England.
Misuruma
England papa
and then match no
Misuruma papa Misuruma no, we have nothing to lose. If they concede first, they don't care. Even this stage is enough. But England will play under a lot of pressure. You will say, Ancelotti a political decision. Nipa say with Neymar. All I'm saying can no way a Brazil film. Kwanfa Neymar nkwa. Can there be discussions say Neymar I want going to no film. Now they are even discussing Neymar and Bemun tempo to no film. So sometimes politically, as a coach, a so position who edge of the cliff in such a way that there can be something that
will the CBF the man pressure no go
good, but a core you know. What is obi abe name and continue answer.
O there be a yimo a ohun sa Brazilian your report to my BBC and ESPN.
Yeah.
Team victory. The way almost dey go Ancelotti so no.
Dey go almost.
A crowd fast so I didn't name a game a bad game. It was like he so you saw two Brazilians. Did Brazil for time say I say
and I'm saying
what jet to me you from away. It's my man name my men and
I'm say what fanamba muntamumpo enie nene kwa fananko. I'm saying say Tuchel is feeling that political pressure. Or feeling that pressure the power. One, Real Madrid is a big club. If you ignore their player, all performing, our World Cup, they have people they can influence to speak against you. Sometimes they might not even influence people. They have people who are loyal with the fan base to buy pressure, top pressure now. So the trainer is under Arnold factor. Oh, now saying right back for the prepon with Jan almost so.
Yeah, they asked him.
Those a coach I want anticipate this or money ko prepare. But I'm ya man to say didn't na change one fananko. If you drop Fulfording, Manchester City have their own influence. If you drop Kupama, Chelsea have their own influence. We are talking about a player the last Pro 11 will make it. Into politically, who could remove Englander? Don't forget that was a German. We know the rivalry between Germany and England.
Okay.
When it comes to football, I said Ghana and Nigeria. There's a Nigeria coach be about Ghana. Na yako tournament ni be a house of folk player be ya de one fano. Na kotko player be ya de one fano. Ne be a player be a ebi obo aduane bi. And we move ko even say Mama Ali. Ewo Africa, me use Africa level.
One nation,
no one fano. So in terms of pressure is on the English team.
9 p.m. Live commentary near the Bifas of Koremampo and the Diaba. Semens, Eba Center, Nimua. And then Oyerepa World Cup training ball.
The last of
England and Norway one nation.
It depends on the first goal.
First goal.
This is not a game that
first
this is not a game that England it's my eyes I'm come back against Mexico. Almost share first goal and the ball more share.
It is no way
to score the first goal.
England the film.
If England share, England is qualified.
Quick one because Argentina the end so how much in Omobono. Argentina and Switzerland.
Oh, let's give it to the Argentine team.
Oh yeah, sure.
All factors and all political powers is behind them. And they also have a good team.
And Argentina acquired the Omuye and the Cape Verde. Omuye against Egypt. Between survival against Switzerland.
They will survive.
Say Switzerland and Argentina 2-0.
They are not going to make that mistake again. That mistake number. What's the big teams now? Say match back, one shot. Now next match, differently. It awaken them in Yaniomo. Argentina is going to the next year of the competition.
Jebenya semi-final of Argentina. Says here, France.
55% for England, 45% for Norway.
55 for
England,
45 for Norway. Yeah. And now also Argentina be qualified.
Yeah. That's why I say
based on your prediction,
the first go automatically be shifted. I'm on higher stakes. England, the match win your match. Obabina come back.
There's a England, Argentina, France, Spain.
Yes, very likely, very likely.
Isaac Akroma, I say I'm enjoying this powerful program live from Germany. Glory to God. Okay, greetings to Mr. Apia Stadium, the NDC man. Okay, Apia Edge also. Pedro Madina Cruz. Say update from Chelsea and England, the Three Lions Club. Okay, the Three Lions camp. Okay, and no de Abba and no Alhaji Mahama Salia Fura Banda. Or say the end of the 2026 World Cup is almost here with us. We have so far witnessed some scintillating games and some more to come, more to go. Just 2 continents of the many have won this trophy. Europe on 12 of the previous 22 editions, and South America on 10. As at now, it is certain that either France or Spain from Europe will play in the grand finale with England, Norway, and Switzerland fighting Argentina for the other slot. Europe is indeed epic center of football greatness. Alhaji Mahama Salia Ifira Banda, communication director at the Young Apostles, watch tin out de abanono. Filippo Edifu Kwabre Kasem or say the Three Lions of England will surely qualify ahead of Norway. Greetings to my daughter, Frimpong Manson, Echan Felix, and my mother, Auntie Mary of Geniso. Okay, onosu de de Abba enono. Shiftman Edifree Atonsu. England has the best individual quality players, but with the confidence that the Norway team has built around Haaland and Odegaard is keeping them going. I'm supporting Norway to win 2-1 tonight. Let's go, Odegaard. Next one, ne Arsenal semno at the Abem Anopei Ewaha. We also wine. Boris Francis so at the message be by Boris Francis saying, but for stop that. To be third in a group of Croatia and England, you can't say we didn't do well. Which kind of players is Ghana having that Bafo wanted us to play quarter-final or what? And also, no. Samuel Owusu Asante, or say, what about the first goal? Or refer to a spin for first goal, almost a share. Pius Amwaten, or says Akito once said, Zidani's son, who was a goalkeeper, who is the goalkeeper for the Nigerian national team, is not a goalkeeper. So now, is the Belgian goalkeeper a good one? If I may ask Zakito. Zakito is not around to answer this question, but Otie Ebia na ode a message ede aba. Kofi Fenton or say this station is too upset with Manchester United. Kwame Adumako say, I am watching the show live at Ashton. Good morning, striker. I tip England to beat Norway tonight, and Argentina will also silence Switzerland tomorrow. And no, Kwame Adumako so dear. Our day abba and no mama has meet me a WhatsApp messages kakra so a day a free one or say good morning hosts, update me on the transfer of my club Tottenham Hotspur from Sir Gideon or the Meduma and a day abba Sir Gideon Tottenham Hotspur. So mugu so more sign players is them say England the baby escape here Tottenham no more sign left to right or my sign Sandro Tonali or my sign Matheus Nunes. Omuguso more air sign. Mose Edife Sophia Achiase or say, God save the king. A queen ana say king papa okay. Queen ama say king okay. We has no worry. Go England, go Three Lions. Nothing can stop us this time around. Football is coming home. Omaka omo ebewie no. Na omoso edisun ena ede eba. Okay. Yemrefi na yemhwe ensem enuso ewo fie. Mamemfa we emfa enikan na yemfa mrefi. And as a messages we enamidi etwato. I say good morning. Yes, Messi is not a goat but rather a big sheep. Super excellency exceptional player who comes from different planet. Fifi edifi mankesim. Ena odessa message we ede ebaye. Among for some messages were how and yasam kitwa. Yemrefie, Benjamin. I mentioned him few way. O say Carlos Cruz. Only F in Yadjuni. Say Kobasi Yadjun say a man in film you new contract. Say on to us Juma and for Emma the Blasters of Ghana. Coach our Cobon home of World Cup. Maybe and then need a Sweeney. Map strategy. Jiri England Hurricane fa hane ayere no Jude Bellingham nam hane ayere no Bukayo Saka ba enye Madueke start ni ayere no na nam ha o se sa coach we ma ye man in film you no contract at least say we hu team no all World Cup so no na we need time how they be prepare team no ye nya friendly games be bre so ama no say 2 years there Kabafo at least with the experience AFCON ya say yentimi qualify ye GB achi obetimi di bi haba o titi ase na man 2 years
boss
danger
Carlos Queiroz is widely known to be a defensive coach.
Yeah.
Ipacho enyesa.
No kure na wakano.
Okay. Ipacho so far World Cup we are woman ye born is see. Ipacho teams are omo ye defensive minded ahina akawu.
It depending on the game approach. To say offer mamemfa to say England at a point in their game against Mexico. Almost a defend it. So to them chance almost a defend it. Until at a point almost use some defensive approach. Kaka. On the match no. Over Switzerland and Colombia. Over Switzerland team now to say almost strength a defensive organization. It's difficult to break them down. Almost so. Spain crown after every match and after a month for because Spain team here there be a bomb for the basu. Spain defense no so said we must defend the nyasem ketwa. Nti o kakra wo ma omunyina wo.
Oh, misconstrue. Say ye bobo game no koso. Na at a point akohia say we defend it. We set up team no defend it for some reason and for some purpose. Any team and I say we are setting a team up from the blast of the wrist or no a defensive.
Oh, but I say any crucial a beam.
And I a question say
a beam
and a we na money win
by a beam.
A hand and a money win.
Say any na be my say.
Enti I clear.
Enti Chelsea ko fa coach or ya attacking minded or buy because of so ya attacking minded be say.
Men ka say or buy ya because or ya attacking minded to be say na won she. But me argument ni. Me ba na me dwen ho say Spain ya wo come asemi. Omo no be ball no be ball 90 minutes ni be wie no. Say even say be 30 minutes ni be say be kan ho a. Na about 70 to 80% of the game one attack. Ball no omo no ball. No massa show. England game now you defend it pa no you do you pick 1 point no omu create better chances seeing that Bukayo Saka strike no but for Benjamin Asare okay with all your defense na nyina no kasa menke
va should deny a clear penalty.
Okay, and your defense ni nyina no we can speak of that opportunity no
and keep it as a game no.
Of course, why until we there until your defense ni nyina no we can speak of that opportunity ni pe ye wi ani aba your fencing against Croatia, ye wi na aba against Panama, ye wi ani aba against
Colombia.
The defense ni yama yen. We played against Panama. We sat on tenterhooks for about 80 something minutes. And sana eventually omo akra anu from so kakra bi omo ye na no e bi kwato homa of course brilliance from some two players and so MIS are go no say you be caught into tournament. Is that the point we are making?
But don't consider that factors. Ebini say, coach no one fit him in them. Bafo. Obaye no when you a lot of friendly games. Esuso amo. And I won't find no soon can enum.
So that
when ya and the last one so they say mama fa win count. Materials na e de call you no. and what you are demanding anytime now coach ni buy no but for you betimi anya sa anwoma no
number 1
because they are working possessive football Guardiola mo ko from Manchester City the possessive football it take you mo be 1 year asa no mu develop side no Manchester City
me pa cho metiase but Guardiola is a possessive coach enti say taking 1 year say 10 years he's a possessive coach. He will play, dominate you. Yeah, coach, you know. Or a defensive minded person. Say, your boy, that's sorry, I can't matching. Now, it is a Mourinho, every coach is similar. Only say, your team no assessor from AB or whatever to, and I come back to Catalonia at the end. Me patron, yes, sir. Because Mourinho has been known to be a defensive minded coach. Maybe in case therefore, obey a bad coach and also obey a good coach. But me ball na ye bono and the ball now for ball I say jai defensive no ball no or no ball by attack or be show and the World Cup has given us clear evidence that omo attack omo na any progress because we bet defend this na ball back to atrem na ya show na UF we bet defend this na kwa mistake na bia penalty bia ba na no kwa na de ukofie
we bet defend so sa trophy.
But World Cup where the previous World Cup so say team na call boni mu ni France Holland the defensive attacking minded team omo ekodu at semi finals if I'm right. Morocco attacking minded team omo do semi finals.
Morocco about defensive game 2022.
Morocco game nya no defend you.
One goal project. Omo nya show na go come
attack one san wa show. What I couldn't show we are no cross game now.
Oh, Kanta.
Enti
me ko ba ko na to na ten wan game Japan.
Say oye say ni ye Ghana ha ye born no. Say what even though we have produced great defenders, but Ghana nye noted for that defensive setup no. Enti say sa no be ba be na adwuma of the I am share millions akito be say jawadwo sa game bia bebo bia ukobo kebed kura jawadwo ukobo togo kura jawadwo ukobo Eswatini kura jawadwo entubo we say Ghana na Eswatini bebo ball na Eswatini e dominate play that won't ase
the own for say man 2 years because we defensive
maybe for say your next project the AFCON
yeah e bresu ni ho
now we AFCON now we AFCON na mu no na World Cup na me so say
World Cup ni we are less than 2 months near boy first AFCON
qualifiers
yeah
so who say this it enti say abaya clear say Ghana hanom no ye project ka say pa ye football no dey anim qualify for the World Cup say league ndi ya to atwene ye mpebiem AFCON Champions League yi Confederations Cup and boy we are no more interested and ameboa because the ministry, the FA, the government, the media, maybe even the larger populace no you're not interested in say your team is number Africa to say there kotokone house no maybe a chum yeah once upon a time Ghana had 4 reps in Africa meboa I'm say I think Champions League was a Confederations Cup was played at Coronation Park
yeah
meboa no today we are no more interested including we even the media and fire who be say enti they say na ye train and they say Black Stars qualify for World Cup enti projects no we starting now na say starting now you compare calculate say 70 cent
age no
73 you compare young man
but for Ghana and England bo wie no obebo coach na wazo aseme na kan
o say aseme na me kan
after in England no if I coach no
me be can say tomato shell ama na ma na look say why ade
sana kan okay I agree with Harry he's not a good coach again he can easily be influenced by the FA we Michael Osu Eke na or the message we de aba on low block no na nchichimu aba mze coach city yo to mo the low block no nchichimu aba a low block means defending with most of your players behind the ball usually in your own defensive third.
Of course.
Protecting the space close to your penalty area. However, no top team plays a low block for 90 minutes unless they are forced to do by a much stronger opponent. Doing so usually invites constant pressure, ties the players, and increase the chance of eventually conceding. Normally, the best team use the low block as one phase of the game, not as their only style.
Yes. Thank you to that person. Minimum, but ebia maximum person make no. And now say me technical person intimate me who no can yi but waka na mami.
Alhassan Said Zakito Eda na yare mpaso no de aba. It's factually incorrect that Carlos is a defensive-minded coach. He did not defend at Madrid, Portugal, South Africa, and Colombia. He only defended at Egypt, Ghana, and Iran. The worst Egyptian and Ghana team, and no one expects any coach to attack with Iran. Alhassan Said Zakito.
But listen. Zakito Asama Walking has been counted by number 2 year legend. Manchester United number 2 now legend. What they say? Coach Gary Neville. Gary Neville, and I can find a quote for him. Gary Neville, which I say in their match boy Barcelona. He had to call them and tell them, say, Massa, someone stick to me principle Amadiaba to defend, soak them, and then at the end or no now or how defensive minded coach he is. And me says a kid to him nature Gary Neville, of course. Gary Neville might know him, but he worked under him. He worked under him. He used him. They say and the no near Omaka and he can be and in the of course. And he can you Zakito, I know they are beg to differ. Say he's a defensive minded coach. Ya can then you change the narrative.
And even it's like that. Even more so. Zach in front of one of the band in aye coachy, the Juma no of lately and Ameboa. So would the grant that
baby akoko
and I make us say
or say it depends on materials or koto.
Because Real Madrid nobody will allow you to defend it. And see, say we are Madrid coach. Even was Mourinho Krana, we are more defensive from Madrid Krana, or more pay my own defenders.
Do you see because we defensive coach, because of the age, who the own for say
media before say young coupe obia or ye younger or ye more ambitious. I want near be a project. Say they say young build the team. I want near be a project. And we will AFCON in 2 years in Kwa. Because I think the next your 2 AFCONs to be.
Yeah.
If I'm right, you're born 2027.
AFCON. No, you be less than 2 months away.
And I'm just say you we are.
Yes,
another one. Yeah. Your 2 AFCONs will be to even before World Cup.
Yeah.
So if I'm right, in between.
Yeah, before the 2030 World Cup.
You 2 AFCONs be to us. Until young coach, you know be a project, you know. So that's hard project, you know. Ebe roya mu dia kwa wake up nti yanko do sa wake up no obi me kan che say the weakest team edi konie.
Samuel Ofosu Asante, can you play back what Bafor said after the England game? Good morning, boss. I perfectly agree with Bafor on Carlos Queiroz defensive mind games. Everything shows clearly his play, his tactics, his formation, his coaching skill. It's all about defending. Our game against Panama shows clearly. Because on any day, if you have a good and quality coach, we can score Panama with ease. We play 3 defensive-minded players against Croatia, which didn't help our team in that fixture. Per our quality of players up front, we need a good and a better coach with a different approach with our games to face most of the teams in Africa and Europe. He is not the best for our team. This is me. And now, or the message we a day about senior Maminte we na on Carlos Queiroz never go.
If you remember very well, it was because of time. I near day be cop work up at that time we near fa and now mo fan. To solve here, the contract on the man at the 15 as some American said they needed him for a very short time. Now you will work up now. Or my transfer plan. So And World Cup no coin. Me Ghana modern Bobby I boy. I beg to differ. And say England, sir, draw na boy.
But you consider your factors, senior. Time I far no.
Exactly.
About one friendly game.
Kwame Maka.
The players are war.
Maka says here.
Now they are called World Cup. England last World Cup. Omudu quarter final 2018 on board semi final. Croatia 2018 on board final. Last World Cup on board semi final. Now say no Marco group near the third.
O tell them the young man come. You buy more. You because you.
Send the boy and the boy.
Now the woman say the American. The situation called for him. Are we in the same situation? No, the situation called for him. Now, are we in the same situation?
That situation they call for no.
And what about excel?
And I pay for who say.
What about excel?
Papa is saying about 3 months the time kakra.
What about excel? Kwame, into where excellent performance in the come once me. You share 2 goals. 2 goals in the World Cup. 4 you both saying how many matches? 4 matches. You share 2 goals. Kwame, and performance. And we played against Panama. We won. England the Antivian
Panama, we won, and I am sure
we won.
And I am sure
we won.
If I am sure.
What I say? Croatia na said na aye na am also person just Croatia no. Na the person do there agreed. Agreed. But I dey person ekwa in Colombia.
Colombia dey person share wo.
Nti aye dey. Eti kwa me dem mu performance bi a ye nya ya yes so here am ye body am so sa o. Ayi na kan so mo na body am so. We ye nya na body am so. But we had the other teams here e wo ho a. Ene we cannot choose between Norway and England today. Meboa. Yentimi hu. Norway
say obi so we England supporter here.
And I make sure say we can Norway and obi develop it.
Okay.
Etimi dey say.
Ofu se me no.
Say there. No mu so o buy was some contract. And not that time na dey na more doing. And no man that short contract. Was not fit for the job.
Good morning to you all. Say Obed Mebauso. I'm Argentina from Mankesim. I want to make my view of our Ghana coach. To me, in all things the coach did well. With a set of players, we were underdogs in all matches except maybe Panama. Every team tried to qualify from the group stage, and Carlos passed that test and saved Ghana's name from disgrace of being eliminated in the group stage. Our next test was against Colombia, and we were underdogs in that game too. Even soccer bet us. Uti. Wow. Even soccer bet us were against us, but we only considered one and could have drawn the game. If you say he's a defensive-minded coach, no doubt. But let's consider our team strength before asking his team to attack the likes of England, Colombia, Croatia, and others. Thank you. Okay, we Argentina.
So what is how is he anticipating our team strength now?
Because
they say we are World Cup. So what is our team strength now? I still am maintaining.
Boss, me pacho. You know more can your team strength ni ade no pacho. Players say do mo call World Cup no. So your next call up for AFCON. Mpacho, obi bet maka kire me say you be nya players outside them about 50% ana.
Mamemra say Obed so NS squad board member or a passport.
We board member.
Aye. Good morning, boss. Good morning, Ernest.
Ernest, good morning.
Ewa is perfectly on point. Carlos Cruz is not a good coach. He cannot help Ghana in any way. Nobody in Ghana should make an attempt to give him any contract. He did not perform. Hute eno eyene de aode aba eno no. There are other messages here. I'm say coach CTU. I'm not necessarily calling for a change of coach. My main concern is the direction we want to take with the team. Looking at the recent under-17 squad that Coach Ogum took to Morocco, I believe those players can form the foundation of long-term national team projects. With 2 AFCON tournaments expected before the next World Cup, we have enough time to develop them properly. I'm therefore beginning to agree with Dangerman that we should treat this as a deliberate development project. We can appoint a young and progressive coach, give these boys the opportunity to play together, and allow them to compete in the upcoming qualifiers. Even if we do not qualify immediately, that should not be seen as a failure. The focus should be on building a strong team for the future. Another option is to select 10 of the best players from the current under-17 and combine them with the most serious, disciplined, and young players from the recent World Cup squad. This will help us create a balanced team with both experience and youthful potentials. We should keep the core of these players together, support them in securing clubs abroad where possible, and create opportunities for them to train and play regularly as a group. With proper planning, continuity, and patience, they can develop into a strong team capable of competing successfully in future AFCON tournaments and the next World Cup. We so a penny be or there was my money. Aye. Actually, my club baby also didn't dear bar. When him say a mini coach bending common on the sinker, baby a yeduno. Ka Yensan Fetim Nima coach Kwesiapia. No one should compare Carlos Perez to Akwesiapia on World Cup performances for Ghana. I mean a World Cup performance because they are all the same. Akwesiapia wasn't fortunate to play round 32 in 2014 World Cup based on the format and number of participation teams, but Carlos Perez was fortunate to have this change because if round 32 was in 2024 World Cup, Ghana would have qualified from their group. This year group was the easiest comparing to the groups we were in 2014 and 2022. For long term, Carlos Perez is not the right coach for Ghana because you need BP drugs in watching Ghana's game under him. Michael Abidio and the free UK or the Abba.
We are born in here, you could to a mom.
Okay. And that's also called Adabraka eldest one.
Oh, there we are quicker even I'm determined my comment, Madame be a binti.
Actually,
born in here ready and on fat messages. They will free Ramadan. And always in a wife happy birthday. With the quick Ramadan wife. We need pass on the Ramadan and Casenano. Or me ni papa wifey. Yeah, wish your wifey happy birthday. Quick one near to us. Jibo. Oh, did you mabidi? Did you mabidi? Ramadan or did you mabidi come up?
Okay.
Now Bomanema Kui. Jibo.
Say Obed.
Blasters the future. Yeah, Blasters future. And the first I want to look at it is the Blasters future is the apex of the building. If the foundation of the building, the middle stage of the building is weak. So on the
Baba Bacha Mebano Black Maidens game I'm over the Fatchame. A man is can me hear me. I in Chia Mebano Hammer. It's no more boss Senegal. We World Cup qualifiers. And then Quan mobile. And then no mobile. Ampa and then. And Timeba no heard their mamma. Actually, young quay.
Jamaica near said, Dubo. On said, what's in common now? People are talking about the next two AFCON before the World Cup. So at least you mean about 3 major competitions. And plus the World Cup here, 3 major competitions. With 3 major competitions, if you plan well, you'll be okay. You should be okay. But you what's the idea? All the various national teams now are picking. Yeah, some are picking no more bombardier. Because share on youth football. The last 4 competitions on my bonahadi. And then you realize that in Kuala Aban, our mobile. The last 4 competitions under 17, under 20. We bet me 60% of the new national team near building every hall. England yeah can Gary Southgate yeah can. Among for you say Euros under 19, under 21 be England no more did we doing so well. Yeah. And they had foundation for the English team yeah no matter
for the team no koje under 17 World Cup no.
And yeah.
Say na you concert.
Me say if you be fan chain aba be PM. Even go through the process. obu that time no mpeke later no aba be peke no aba fry no ho but debia na na foundation is solid.
Okay,
to say Ghana World Cup near Korea man for call up near you. Benjamin Asari obefem no amaye. Jerome Poku, Jonas Ajeti. Ombefem mu na maye. And I see here try see ebe pick or more Ghana for a woman man on so ba account. I think if we want to do well in the next World Cup, we must start planning from the lower leagues. Yeah, we don't have a talent problem. We have a planning problem. And even when we get the planning right, the execution becomes the next problem. You bet you are planning. Do baby, it's me to say the idea with you are planning. Me are planning, but the idea and planning by your man and so about how for my. And that is where we are. And you know, the next plus stars could Carlos Gures. I still have my question marks about him. But their defense mechanism, for instance, time of picky team, no. How many matches no boy? It's a moon so one more players be chance when BMU. You do very better coach and assist girls. Maybe any pan kwa fana mbo friendly match bi an ho de obetimi aye.
Enra me ne opanyini bi fa Wimshen. Oye former footballer kese pa. Menyi na yinti mi timi money din. O say no US obi. Also be say technical team member ba ko say Christopher Babunsu say sa na frɛ no. On tia reason why coach na nyusu ne da. Na ohe boy no few minutes of boy against Wolves no. So no opportunity. So select coach at the Ghana after the World Cup and can consider Carlos Cruz.
Christopher
But see, these are the young players. Looking at talent no more. No. I see a started building team around them.
But Carlos Cruz was not given the duty of building a team.
Yes.
He was given the duty to go to the tournament and qualify from the group. Until you can end up defending the coach because na brainy ho. Until bia Christopher Babunsu na more can e bi kan come back Ghana and Ghana how ba and continue din da. And you nim the course with training grounds so. Unfortunately because when say nya friendly match bi amfa Babunsu and Bobby. Ame hu se ba abeya de e de ama no. No nya ni mugidi. So it becomes difficult in deciding the future of the coach. There are negatives and there are positives. Omomokasa, let's build a project moving forward. They have a good point. But I'll build a project so as a coach in you could kakra. So you also have to consider that because Ghana should be looking at maybe a project, the 5-year development project. And that starts from the youth game. That's when a Ghana under 19 be. I two matches. Now brofuna to be. The negative is nkofo use the term players. The positive is the players no kwa that you meet me abenyina ba be.
To the only say problem na enye coach e be fa na but see the be see build the team.
If you build the coach, Nancy Senegal here can. Look at the kind of options our coach know. Ghana need options no way. For the coach. Call up yeah. Call up back when we part this Derek Cohn controversy now. Now din so benya players bi abobo mu din so mo ya ade I am from. Patona benya biana. Now the local league is not producing the top guys. Omo me free local league be other African countries. Average football. And omo. Ye ni Ghanaian player bi abeka say ye bought Champions League, CAF Champions League. Wa jeno home na wo to ntana wo CAF Champions League. To turn CAF Confederations Cup. And look at the quality of players in our local league. She points great teams in the inconsistency in play of the local players. Into where is the options? National team ne die libo. Especially when it comes to the Black Stars. It's a nippani racket chiwanashi niwa. Obe Brennan wa. So the person can even be a good chef. Where is he getting the players from? It's Carlos Cruz. You bet me I can more timer. Kebi asani akwesi apia here most were favorite players be any momo. No about no my idea. So they might not really be playing for a top club in Europe. But about national team were any no about buying. And then they now akwesi apia because akwesi apia had time. Into no any scout and out to me a friendly match be no the players be akwa both when but Carlos Queiroz didn't get that. And that becomes a defense for him. Obisubeka so okay, Ketwani and the man and say Kama baby. That's where danger move free ban. Into Ketwana and the man the who you know and yet the air and may bet me aboy.
Okay.
But my point is holistically, we must start from the basis.
Okay.
Under 17 AFCON man qualified. Me no me no be there dance say yan hwe as ankwala no. Yan ti bi edin bi.
Okay.
Yan ti obi edin bi. Under 20 now qualified. Yan ti obi edin bi.
Okay.
So that is where you must look at it from.
Ernesto Piqué or say striker, I beg you, if you want to know the future of our Black Stars, check our under 17 2023 and the local Black Stars.
No.
Interesting take from your pundits. We if receiver message and I'm making Tema Community 25. Before we went into the tournament, many of us had little or no hope. A manager comes in a short time, meet the set target, and this is the reaction. You can say we need a new direction, but calling Carlos Queiroz a bad manager is some way. Okay, Sifaso there. Our day abanono message read there ka Nana Odro Nimapeu aka Mr. U at 50 years birthday. O message read there say nya bre pa na ba for me de beto ho na yenya bre na yakinkan mu ye wa digestive blasters team no at the World Cup and one many reasons I will full say coach no. I disagree with what Coach Eben said about bringing Kwesi Appiah back because both Kwesi Appiah and Carlos Queiroz are the same in World Cup performance. We need a coach who can be easily manipulated. It's a long-term minded. Okay. In fact, Ghana sports should come back and bring young ones from the under 17, 19, 2020 before the national team is okay. Like how Senegal, Morocco are doing. Thank you. Okay, we my main kind of first message about in fact, you people are always doing great work for Ghanaians. More of him. Abdul Rashid, aka I get the money. Function designer or see the free Upper West region, War Central, and now Odiaba. Yakika line is one. Obed, we fufu be a person of fun. I'm a neighbor for we black maidens. And Chay baby line 0322494401 0322494771. Mamo hey TV no be free TV so but you can join us on radio. Now of course no better sooner on Facebook Oyerepa radio on YouTube Oyerepa radio. So Obed, kakrem na mko ba for na course.
I think sir we've been having this problem over and over. Mm-hmm. The tournament banner and far. You bobo who say but we don't address the real issues. Now you sweep over it, then we come back to it another tournament. Mm-hmm. I think this time around, let's just sit down as a country with stakeholders, all stakeholders involved. Okay, I see a co-op come back when you're feeling the letter be by some stakeholders meeting or program. Uncle Siaga. So react to the pressure. Yes, starting league now say because very soon the next 5 weeks, some leagues in Europe will be started.
So Ghana for us, I be used
to. Yes, started and Ghana for attention. I go back to European game, no local league, no. Me Piaton. We only come back to this conversation when we are about to play.
I used to say a talk gidi one kind na akofa sanitation ya ba ye clean baby Obed. Ka we senke ye to aso akopem se next year bedu ne de won anim.
I'm surprised.
Ba ye to aso 3 a eno anu bi eje
chi. Say ye ntimi emfa mra ne nya adwuma. Na asem ne ba wi ana ye kotweska. Sansa mansama wo sa asem we kwa ndibo ani yenka we prekope. Sa Saturday bia no pa ne say ye ntoto shop mu adum ye clean ni aden. Asem me ne kan. It's a poor initiative. And then nipa no near mechanics on cleaning the name. Yanking go from tax force. Obana will shop anymore, Gate will shop anymore. I am a Yajuska. Near Tim, near the Chubika. Danger man Saturday productive hours. Jibo, let's talk about this. Productive hours on Saturday. Yes, you have 2 agreement to 12 o'clock. I have want to translate that those initiatives in about Nipa no say force man no cleaning na. I don't know penny be to trans yeah employ you to be any adwuma. Yeah, more than needed resources. Omo ye tu omoka. Omo ba na o shop anim. Gata na o shop anim no. Atokia. ni a charge o ye no court ye bu agu so ni a jiuska ni e de atua san nkofo no kanom de clean
me dan say e che bi
e Saturday a e productive hours nkofo ba be business no ye say atoto to shop bu okruma what kind of pump ye pampa nkofo sa
0322494401 0322494771 obetia frɛ no abadwumadi so udin ne baabi akasa free na de wasema to so hello 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 okay yemfa eye de odiso hello hello good morning
no campaign
man suma me enko
Maza na na ka de mo ya no topic na mo discuss no asa de baby a o kan me start say mo yende baby a o kan ya say in football na be mana yi ba na de so ya tell ya o ni 2006 Ghana qualified and we just see it but as far there Ghana the 4 World Cup and the F4 no meaning the some of the question answer na players are here na our was squad ni but the Ghana squad be na F4 no more players are almost home e be dey na national team na yi coach Ben pa na ebenya boat a bench player bi because in 2010 the bench players in my day yi mu ni koja Samoa season apia e ho season apia na ya bench no so e ho Solomintari na ya bench na the day yi ebo but and then F4 no coach Ben pa na obenya sa chance no aka se me bench F player bi e the player bi abo na you team na team.
All right, yedase ye mo bi so emra emba for ya ye nua Raf awo ye adwuma ewo opemso radio ne papa da fom enne na na wotweda ne eba so ewo chimfaso okay so ya Mr. Charles Adekwaten na wotweda ne eba so busua atena se Frisabre akopema nwumre no nsia ewo was in front of the Chief's Palace nti ho na Mr. Charles Ade Kwaten aka Akwasi Ade unya mfie ediwotwe enso 87 years Raf awo opinso radio ne papa na wotweda na eba so udi baabi akasa finado wasemato so yes sir
we dey wa party wa je ya Robert am kasa fi Poku kwasa I put that to the pair.
Robbie, you.
Because we business, what out more. That's a put you by. And you want to be up a prayer, you better pay the upper dynamic one. And it's okay. How many are prepared to read that? Yeah. And you pray at a Quano, and number women also the choir, and I'm a boy. And the best, I can not put you now. Anybody put out the book because Brad don't want to yap on that. Na black people na ilo free na mitilo coach na kazano onu tumi afepre bia maka blaster press no eti mi da ka me kwa na ka ba coach no ya da fa tim re mano na ko se no t-shirt tim ro no se we ya no an ta na djuma do ba ko ni de aye ni ta na djuma eti we fa o se ke ya bona ba to se wa ya de papa do ko mo mo we mo na ta no mo na se play yo be be bona na se play no mo do mo se ko ni de mama bia de baby amma coach ni so mo se coach ni ba wa ya de coach ni wa ya de ba
okay Robbie yedase yento aso odi baby akasa finado wasemato aso Filasco yanko
the best striker the best striker odi ana pay adi ha oro yo e pedi for ko o e pedi for no ti se you do you no the striker this is the best number I'm working on. It's a no. Part of the best no. But yes, there's a city. I said, the story to walk. So, one said to you, you see, something that's one side of the country, you know. You see, also, they were telling that the brain go to the city. And see, go to prepare for no. But best of all, I'm more no more day. No.
no more muso.
Okay, Velasco, yeah, that's it. Until our junior national teams and the Premier League start producing good players, Blasters can't perform well. Kwaku Bize Edifi Kata, or say regards to my beautiful wife, Efia Depa in Kaswa. Udin baby akase frina de wasma twaso. Ezos pipe specialist. Yanko. And some de be ha.
Na me de pretend the forward me bok fan sa paso te wake up no ko no nyeme ekika ko animu ya me se ba o me se beti maje ya me se ko bia ko mata professional asanto kotoko ya mpeni form adawroma afe ya nka de hu nyema eyi se bi wan na ekọ wan na eba ya be mpeni for kotoko ya ko aso ade nti se bi papa nyame se nka na ko bi ba bi na se bi nyema te ko from se ya na yen supporters no nyemu bi yen so mu ya tata ntimi ni bi adawroma ya be mpeni for o mo toto nyema na kwato kontisi se papa ya mchenka na kwa nena mo ota kwa edidi ene pedua mu mesre o mtoto ne mana bia nkon kan mai bedate.
Say Amos Carlos is not to be blamed. Our players were defensively good but lacks controlling the ball and holding on possession. A lot of changes needs to be made. God bless Ghana. Big Afo and the message we a day a bye yeah. My birthday wish na yenya yen sorry so. Special birthday eko ediama Dora afawua we efi wo maame Dora o maame si emfa fidie so ne wish you happy birthday nyankopon enkoso a enhyiraw na onye wo kese eno eye o maame na ede message wi ede ebaye we so say good morning sir Jibu, I'm PJ from Yeji. On the Blasters coach Carlos Cruz, he did very well. Going into the World Cup, check the FIFA ranking. All the teams were ahead of us. If a coach managed to beat or draw with any of the teams, it's a miracle. So let's appreciate the coach. PJ Eddie Fiyeji, and now the message we Eddie Ebaye. Two guys so the Eddie Ebaye also heard from Marse Edubinso. Also hono here Eddie Free. Inti yava last call no na yensoro. So di maybe akaze free na do asema to aso.
Adamu hine na na intia mo afa no tumenu.
Oboyzene
atanu dumase na pide duma.
Oboyzene
It seems Ghana Blasters coach he came with a purpose. Na a period in the so be working. No na obey no bet onye coach ya in the long term no obetimi avoid Ghana football no. Na World Cup na ne ko na ne hia no but for now no is here coach ya obetimi after blending players ni ye ama for the next after the next 4 years better World Cup we na Ghana etinya compact team a Ghana to with any national team because Ghana team is more happy Ghana team more happy
boys in ye da se ye brena so ye ntimi fa course bia ma ha ne ye di dwumadie no AC o frɛ ne ntimi amfa wa fa kyeye da se ne ebrebebem na yetimi afawo ye de musia ye beda producers na se omoboabo ansem na no me betena ase ye nyina ba ye ba for what the Dangerman oteninka sa so na se Obed akiredi oteninka na senior Shamo of Sika FM eso ebesraye baby a wo bia unya bre ehwe on your TV or your TV on radio 100.7 on Facebook eso eyo per radio on YouTube or per radio a wo hwe ye free uti ye free bia no asida ye wo dia ye da wase said ye da ne da mususu musa na Oyerepa FM Oyerepa radio Oyerepa TV Promise FM and Promise TV ebiano yenko yenim yedemu sia nyame ya aduma adwoada yebese hia kai se enne